You're pretty quiet.
You get asked.
He doesn't have his mic on.
You're very quiet, Josh.
Get close.
Sound of silence.
So
There you go.
there we go. That'll make it a bit easier. I think Burn would make one of the best parents because right as your kid's like, hey, where do like babies come from? They disappear.
Oh, shaka-laka.
The birds and the bees, gone.
Honey, what's this charge on our account for?
$153 on me.
You've been in my home. You've been in my home, Josh.
What?
You've been in my home.
Yeah. Where do you think I sleep each night? Come on.
Interesting.
Nothing awkward about that.
No, I'm the monster under the bed. Come on, guys, you weirdos. Because I'm a beast.
I was gonna make a comment, but I feel
No.
like I shall reserve my comments.
If you text me.
Oh.
Oh, have you guys ever had fresh made empanadas?
Yeah.
Well, define fresh.
Like made in home
Yeah.
No.
or house
Yeah.
or restaurant?
I
Restaurant,
literally
yeah.
made a lasagna the other day and made the pasta from scratch and the Alfredo sauce from scratch, and then I put chicken, spinach, and mushroom in there.
I truly. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just don't understand how people are able to do this, and I just assume they're wizards or witches or the like, because how can you just scratch something and
Yeah.
a food appear?
Yeah, I always thought it was maybe like anti-hygienic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, where are you scratching?
exactly.
Because I knew people on deployment that would do some scratching, and it was not hygienic.
You need to scratch the backs of the food gods, and they shall bringeth you homemade food.
Do they
I
smell
got
when you scratch them?
Scratches sniff.
Depends on which ones you're sniffing.
Oh gosh.
I don't know
Where?
what this conversation is about.
No, see, I got the really gross thought of like you scratch the back of the food gods, and like from where you're scratching, just food falls.
Kind of like dandruff, right? That's what
Yeah,
you get.
exactly. And so I was like, oh, that's nasty. I don't want to scratch anything. I don't want to
Hi,
make
T. Roberts.
scratch. I love you, Tim.
I'm really just avoiding dinosaurs, that's all.
Oh yeah, so I didn't post it yesterday because I was literally on a 14-hour trip, but I do have a Monster Monday, and please remind me to tell John.
Post it now. Post
When
it now.
John comes back, can we start singing the Jurassic Park theme? Just because, like we're not gonna talk about it, but just when he comes back. Just
You know,
'cause
you could
every
make
time-
it.
Every time he comes back, I feel like we always do it.
You could make it way less obvious and sing the Barney song, which really is a dinosaur.
That's true.
Technically, it
That's
I
true.
love you.
Ew,
You
Jerry.
love me.
Let's all be a happy
Family.
My mom told me that when I was a very small child, like 3 or 4, that came on TV and I immediately left the room.
Good.
That
Smart,
holds.
very smart.
Up tweet.
Ooh.
Up tweet?
Hey,
What?
my name changed to orange now.
What's a good
Your
color?
name is orange?
It's
Yeah.
yellow on my screen, so.
Aww.
It's orange on mine.
Orange?
See, Dragon Crafting Guild is orange on mine.
Orange seems a little.
He's green
That's
on
not
mine.
exactly.
Pink on mine.
See? See?
It's more of a Sam.
Damn you, Twitch.
Captain Mighty Morton. That's green.
No.
Why
What?
is it different?
No, that's
Stop.
aqua,
Stop, please.
cyan,
Don't do this. to me.
topaz.
Yeah, Dragon Crafting Guild.
You sus AF, Dragon Crafting Guild.
Mine
Sus
is
AF.
always purple because I set it to be purple.
Wait,
you
you
can
can
set
set
the color.
it?
Yeah, you can set the
Wait.
color.
Oh, mind blown.
How do we do that?
How?
Oh, you can click on people's
Setting.
names too.
I'm gonna go to more colors.
Well, where'd you do that though?
Whoa, I just turned it to dark theme, and I like that so much.
Oh,
more.
Dark Theme.
Dark
You
Theme's
haven't been
the
on
best.
Dark Theme?
What?
How do
You're
you
not
wait?
on Dark Theme?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you
Why
have
are
to
we
be.
talking lots of words?
I mean,
and-
if we're talking about the progression of Brim, then I should definitely turn it to dark theme.
Wait,
Well, I got it on dark
Ooh.
theme, but how do I change the color?
How do you
Okay,
change
so
Dark
bottom on the, you click your chat setting
Oh my
icon down at
gosh.
the bottom.
This
Yeah.
is incredible.
And then you click edit next to your name.
what the
Up top,
what?
identity, edit. And then you can
Green.
change colors. And
lost
now
me.
I'm purple.
These Gen Z guys, they don't get it. Like, I just, you know, they're supposed to be technically adept, but they're not. Welcome, Thomas.
Sorry, I did show that last.
No, you're good. You're good.
Question.
Thomas, welcome. Good to see you. Set Monkey, Dragon Crafting Guild, Myamorph. Of course, DM's Quest. Kiegia. Oh, yes. Good to have you with us tonight, Kiegia. And Lord Forth. All of you are welcome. Yes, you could be a pine cone if you really want to.
Yes, of course you can.
Okay, yeah.
What are you drinking, Josh? Let us know.
fine.
Be honest. What are you drinking?
Monkey.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm drinking. So my sister-in-law made empanadas fresh, and I was told that Coca-Cola is the only thing to drink with empanadas. It is just like a ritual. And
So you mean
What
like,
what
do you mean
did put
empanadas?
bananas before
Empanada?
Coca-Cola's
Not
invented?
empanada? Like, is that the Utah way of saying empanada?
Empanada. Empanada. I love an empanada. Tacos. If you've ever had a taco, ooh, they're
What?
amazing.
Taco.
Tacos are delicious.
Hey, good evening, Robert. Good to see Phantom with us. Let's kick off our sponsor page.
Ooh,
And
where it's at.
I'm going to kill this background music, which is so cool. Thank you, as always, to Adrian Von Ziegler for his license-free, gorgeous music. And now,
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's
Ooh.
Ooh, I love that. It's so
Oh,
Yeah.
John, just FYI, I wasn't able to post it yesterday because I was on a 14-hour trip, but I do have a Monster Monday.
I'm waiting for it. We'll be ready.
Every time you say Monster Monday, all I can think of is Manic Monday, and the song gets stuck in my head. You bastard. That's a so. Did you just say what's?
What's that?
Just another Manic Monday. Really?
Just another
Oh my
monster. I hate the Bengals. Like, I'm gonna hunt you down for that, Terry.
Excuse me, did you just say
I despise them.
why?
I don't know. Like, they were just they were the
I
worst.
don't know. If you don't have a good reason, no.
It's like saying you hate bare naked ladies. The band.
It's been.
I mean,
Look at Jesus.
We're gonna be traversing this map tonight. This map is gorgeous. Anna B. Meyer, the creator, the master cartographer. Hey, Fraley. Dirty Davy, good to see you. Thanks so much for being with us.
go to Rift Canyon.
All right. I'm in.
That'd be fun. You become pirates.
He'd be dead.
All right, so guys, I'm tired tonight. So not this is new, but you guys are gonna have to carry the stream like usual.
No,
all right.
I need you.
No, guys, Brim will carry the stream. Brim
All right.
and Gimbal will just
Brim
will set up a
Brim
casino.
cannot carry the stream with that hat though. Like, you got to pull that hood down. Seriously, dude.
He's gonna do a reveal. I'm excited.
There could be death. There is always death lurking. Although, I think candidly, there's been too much death on Blue Box lately. So maybe tonight can be a rest. We'll see.
That'd be nice. Is that how
Doubt it.
that? Yeah, seriously.
Next thing you know, the Paling twin brothers of the one that killed Joseph.
Oh no! Paling is a species, a type, not a creature, not an individual. Oh, there are more palings,
The
sir.
entire type of
Did you not realize that? Oh yeah, there are many more palings, my friend.
We walk into the welcome winch and just palings are sitting at every table and they're just all drinking. They like look up slowly. It's that moment in the Western where everyone's like not sure whether to reach for their guns or just go on with their day.
Grim does a head nod.
Hey John, Dragon Crafting Guild. I'm never too tired for a TPK. That can always be done. And in fact, that's a great segue. Our original sponsor, our very first, and we have many now. We've got 5 sponsors. We're going to talk about all of them, but you can never forget But they are awesome trays. You need one. If you don't have one, you are missing out. You need the DCG tray. And then our newest sponsor, Cozy Gamer. Yes, Lord Forth, as are John's, sturdy and level. Cozy Gamer Dice, visit the Etsy shop. You want those. Also, our other sponsors. Frederica Draws. Great artwork. All of her artwork is featured tonight. And then, of course, Atris Minis. Jorge, amazing mini painting. Many of these miniatures tonight are painted by Jorge. And then, last but not least, Mantic Games, Terrain Crate creators. They sent a shipment to me. And let me switch to our live view here. They sent a shipment to me. Something got lost in translation. So they're sending another box. And thank you to Martin and the folks at Mantic Games and makers of Terrain Crate. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Brim. Oh my gosh, look at his head. The beard was first. Now the hair. That is so hard to handle. But we appreciate all you have done. And so tell us why you shaved your head, Josh.
What?
Tell us why you shaved your head.
Well, guys, I shaved my head because I was planning for the longest freaking time to cut off the hair on the top of my head to head to head to head to head. I caught in a loop there. hit a crack on the track. But no, I was sending it to Locks for Love, and it actually turned out that I would be able to meet up with family at the same time I was hoping to cut my hair off. And my sister-in-law did not like my man bun, and so it was kind of a bit of a gift to let her cut it all off, as well as for us to send it off to Locks for Love.
Locks for Love. And so he's done Locks for Love. He did Save the Children. His beard. His beard raised how much, Josh?
It was $4,000.
$4,000. The most valuable beard in North America. And now shorn of your locks for Locks for Love. Well done, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, and let's go around quickly. We're going to do our players' introductions. I think I've updated. Thank you, Robert, for Josh already an advantage.
Hey.
So well done. Then we're going to talk about our what happened last time. Have our players introduce their characters. And I think I've updated all of the character sheets, but if I missed one, I'm sorry. So, Evelyn, what happened last time?
Well, last time when we started off, we were in the grove being surrounded by 4 fellas in some black armor. Things were not looking well. Burned was burned. And Brim took Burn and started running with him out of the grove to try to take him to safety. The rest of the party tried to handle the foes ahead as best as they possibly could. One of those foes happened to be a Death Knight and a former ally. Uthar actually ended up being one of the 4 of them. 2 of the men were slain rather quickly, made by quick work by Millie and Ashrin, actually, who brought a column of some sort of flaming holy light down upon the one who had collapsed into a bush. Poor guy. Then Uthar emerged to reveal himself to the party, which Millie proceeded to be a little sassy with him about him actually correctly getting his armor on this time. And then a little bit of discussion went back and forth. Shorwin nearly died. He took quite a bit of a pummeling from the Death Knight, but he managed to stay up as all 1E2 Cavaliers are wont to do. And
quick time out. So Terry, so we've got a lot of 5e viewers that are playing and watching here. So what does that mean? What she just said, 1E, 2E Cavaliers, how did you remain conscious? Tell the viewers how that works.
So once a 1E2E Cavalier drops to 0 or below, they don't go unconscious. There is a fortitude within them that allows them to not continue attacking. They can't continue the fight. They have to move, and they have to get some way, try to get themselves healed in some sort of manner, take care of the wounds that they've been dealt. But they don't go down like a normal player would. And, you know, it's happened a couple of times, and luckily I have a party that likes to keep me around and keep me alive after I've gone down a little bit.
Exactly. Well said. And so that's a really cool feature. So, you know, I love all editions. Even Fourth. I hate on Fourth sometimes, but Fourth has some great artwork, and there are some tactical elements of it which remind me of the old chainmail. So there is no D&D edition that I do not love, but we are really hearkening back to some of the old 1E, 2E stuff with our 3.5 base system. And with that said, we'll go back to Evelyn.
All right, so Ashwin came in big with the heal for poor Shorwin, and then Uthar and the Death Knight actually tried to make their leave because they had obtained the item that they had been seeking for from Byrne. It was in fact the Crystal Skull Eye that Millie had handed over to him, entrusting that he would protect it with his life. And at that point, as they began to make their escape, Millie utilized her fate chip and managed to sink a dagger into the Death Knight's shoulder, causing him to drop the orb as he was dematerializing, trying to take Uthar and himself back to safety to get some aid.
Okay, so stop. I need you to stop there, because this is probably the most important point in the campaign. This is the second time you have done this to me as a DM. The DM is trying to abscond with that eye. When was the first time I tried?
With Halia it was our virtual Greyhawk Con session in the temple in the desert.
Exactly. So in the desert temple, if you haven't watched, it's a great episode. Like I said, I rewatched it today. It's so much fun to watch. Our virtual Greyhawk Con. Now it's 5 hours. Hey, welcome night 5150 to the Mad Chatters. The Mad Chatters are the best group you can be part of. There is no better chat anywhere on Twitch. With that said, yes, it was Halia was about to vanish with the eye, and you tricked her, and and then you did it again last week. I tried to take the eye again, and you threw your dagger with a nat 20. And I think if nothing else, this should show. So for all DMs, all new DMs, anyone that's watching tonight, if you're not a regular player, understand, you can have your plans, your sort of script, how you things go, but you can never prevent the players from altering. And Millie has now twice significantly altered my plans as a DM with her role and her use of her feats. All right, back to you.
All right. So yes, they made their way out of the grove via disappearance. Lilith at this point had actually turned into a bear, which startled Millie ever so slightly because she appeared right next to Millie, and then took a minute, but you know, they're best friends, so she figured it out. But Brim continued running into Hamlet. Lilith Bear was chasing after Brim with Gimbal clinging onto Lilith Bear for dear life, screaming in actual joy as this wild ride took place, with the remaining members of the party just chasing after them all through the streets of Hamlet, sending all these poor people fleeing back to their homes and various places away from the sight of a half ogre carrying a charred body, followed by a bear being ridden by a gnome, and being followed by Ashwin, Shorwood, and Millie. Eventually, everyone came to a screeching halt. Brim was a little startled by the sight of Lilith Bear, but did not attack her because he noticed Gimbal on top of Lilith Bear. And then the 3 other folks rejoined with the ones who had gotten quite a bit ahead. Millie actually recommended taking the Burn to, that one church in town with that one god, the Church of St. Cuthbert. And Brim basically told everyone to behave themselves because there was a lot of discussion about what to do with Burn, which actually began when Lilith Bear pulled Burn off her back after Brim had sat him there, and she stood over him, snarling and looking like she was about ready to pounce on him, before she changed back into herself with Gimbal still hanging on. And then, so the group collected Burn, took him to the church, and he received healing from both Ashrin and the Canon. Millie actually disappeared from the church right before Ashrin cast her spell, which was seen, and now the rest of this that I'm going to be telling about is stuff that happened in Discord since last week. So if you guys want to actually see what I'm about to be talking about, head over to our Discord and join because it's great.
So Terry, tell all of our viewers why they should bother with our Discord. Should they just not show up on our Twitch channel? Do you need this Discord nonsense? Is it really of value to them? Terry, tell us why.
So, Discord is where you can find all of the happenings that occur between each of our fantastic episodes. You can find out things like, well, we find out that Burn got away again. There's many discussions between Brim, Gimbal. There's discussions with Millith. You find out a little bit of everything about these characters. And what's most important is you get to delve into the psyche of the characters. What you see on screen for 3 hours a week is okay, but what you get to see in the Discord allows you to understand the characters' motivations even better.
Yeah, so well said, so well said. The depth, the backgrounds. We do a lot of this role play on stream, but there are nuances that are uncovered in our Discord. So if you're not on it, check it out. It is a real way to enjoy Blue Box throughout the week, not just on Sundays and Tuesdays, but all week long. All right, Evelyn, what else?
But yeah, so Millie had slipped out of the church for backstory reasons, and that was revealed a little bit in the Discord. Lilith actually followed her out because she was concerned when she did not spot Millie. Best friends! And then Brim and Gimbal basically left Shorewin in charge with Ashrin to watch over Bird, and they also came out of the church to see kind of what was going on. And Brim was really in need of getting his armor and his weapon, which had been in the Welcome Winch the entire time that this onslaught was happening. And so while all of the 4 of them were conversing outside, Shorewin and Ashrin were inside with the cannon, and once Bird was healed well enough, he said a few things about once again getting back to Rufus, because that had been his kind of main focus, and then basically said, so yeah, it's really bad, you guys need to leave Hamlet right now. Flee you fools, or run you fools was the exact
Run you fools!
And he threw some silver coin like things at
Platinum.
Coins at Shorewin, and basically said, this will protect you from scrying, and then he immediately just disappeared from the church. While the rest of the party was still hoping to get some questions answered outside.
Perfect. Well done. Let's give a round of applause to Evelyn. As always, such great lore keeping. Only barely rivaled by Rory's stat keeping. All right, so let's go around, introduce your character, your level, your class, and something else about the player. We're going to finish with you, Josh, because you're going to do your Monster Monday, and we're going to start with Lilith.
Okay. Hello. I'm Lilith. She's a wild elf druid. She has a newfound found spell, I guess. I don't know. She can now wild shape, so henceforth Lilith Bear. We can find out other Lilith-type animals that come along the way. She loves to collect odd items, her best friend Millie, and yeah, personal space. What is that? She has. Oh, wait, she's level 5. Sorry, that's the only thing.
Well done. Yes, and I think I have that updated.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I'm sorry, Shorewin. You've not leveled up yet, but go ahead and give us your introduction, Terry.
Indeed. I am Shorewin Tessel of Corwood, a level 4 cavalier who still will run to the front and fight, and was the only one who realized that someone should stay with Burn, maybe more than just someone, but no, everybody leaves, and now Burn's gone again, and he's gonna get blamed, of course. Alas.
We'll just blame Ashrin. It's fine.
Yeah, that's easy. Always blame Ashrin. All right, Gimbal.
Yeah, so I'm Gimbal, level 5 wizard illusionist. I do lots of illusions, control a battlefield, starting to, because it's awesome. And, best friend or good friend, Brim. Yep. Worst enemy? Probably Burn. I love the face, John.
My NPCs get so much hate. I got to recalibrate how I play my NPCs, I guess.
No, right now Gimbal is just really upset with Burn. He feels slighted by information and the 4 days of torture that he had at Holia's hands.
Millie.
All right. Also, side note, really quick, I think it's hilarious that Burn in particular told Shorewin not to Terry. Get it? Because he's, yeah. Anyway.
That was terrible.
Well played, well played, well played. Don't Terry.
Hello, dears. I am Mary Millie Von Tomf. I am a level 5 half-elven swashbuckler, and I love whiskey, gold, my best friend Lilith, and causing general excitement by stirring up every bit of chaos that I can when I can. So yes.
Well done. All right. And then last but not least, Josh, give us Brim and then go to Monster Monday.
Alright, my name is Brimstone. I'm a half-ogre fighter level 5. And I'm a beefy boy. I like reading, long walks, and a tall glass of milk at the end of my days. Oh, and my best friend Gimbal.
All right, and for our newer viewers, tell us something about what Brim has undertaken over the last several episodes. Just a bit of a, you don't have to go too deep, but just a catch up for them.
Gosh, Brim has been very alone in these past few sessions. After his friend was taken from him, like Gimbal said, he was taken, tortured, and then all the while feeling very helpless in the fact that he has no magic, he has no ability to really fight these new creatures that are coming out of the woodworks. And so him just trying to figure out what that means for him, as well as trying to decide whether his ogre blood and the rage that dwells within him is what matters. And the fact that he killed the man in plain daylight.
Daylight, yeah.
Deadlight. And trying to decide whether he's truly good or evil, and being told by the priest at St. Cuthbert's that that's up to him to choose, and no god and no person will tell him. So, kind of sitting on that fence at the moment, so that's a good old time.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's going to be a big thing for him. And that's a theme that's sort of rankling through the party. You've already lost Uthar. Uthar was a cavalier, moving to paladin and holy, and yet he vanished. And Gimbal has seen things that no one else really knows yet. Gimbal himself vacillating between dark and light. Brim principally struggling between dark and light. Give us Monster Monday.
Okay, here we go. So, below waves of water, of lakes and seas, I swim with flippers pushing me with ease. Leathery like skin, I swim, with teeth I hunt, again and again. Unable to breathe water, so I hold my breath. For 1 hour I can dive, but beyond that, nothing left. My neck stretches far, so be out of my reach, or I'm going to get you with my sharp and pointy teeth. Many believe I don't belong in the books. I'm a monster, I swear. Just take a look. These fishes run in fear while I am so near. So watch as I dive and flip over this tiny pier. What creature am I?
All right, guess in the chat, Lord Fourth. I'm sure you're already wrong with Fuzzy Wuzzy and Kojak. I don't think either of those are right. But guess you're a killer whale. Phantom and Jason, a killer whale. Guess in the chat what you think the monster is for this Tuesday of Monster Monday.
Yeah. Pogo Pogo. Oh, getting so close.
No-Go Pogo is close. John, very close. Hey, John, I need more trays, by the way. You know that. I messaged you, I think. A Quaggin from Steve?
From Guild Wars 2, I love you, Bloodwild. No.
It's so close. Loch Ness.
So the answer is actually technically correct with Lord Fourth. And Lord Fourth is a Pliosaurus.
No dinosaurs on Blue Box. You are banned. Josh, you are down one level now. Brim has lost.
Best one.
Brim, as you step into the tavern, you feel your fruits vanish. You look down, they're gone. No, I'm just kidding. No dinos! Gosh! You, all right. Blood wild. All right. Let's.
You got an advantage there, Brent. Well done.
Oh my god!
All right.
It's from the dinosaur support.
Yeah, of course. Of course, Steve. All right. Let the games begin. We will start. And we have Brim. You are in the alleyway. You see Gimbal stepping up towards you. You intercept him. Actually, despite what I said, still in possession of your fruits. But he is there.
And we haven't gone inside yet. We're pretty much just got
there. So can you see on the camera? Yeah, you're outside. You're outside the inn. So inside, let me show for everyone here so you can see. Inside the inn, we have Lilith, Millie, Ashrin. Turn off your fire alarm. Outside the inn, we have Brim and Gimbal. Shorewind still coming from the chapel.
Alright, let's head inside then.
Yeah, you're gonna go up to your room and get your stuff?
Yeah, I still need to get clothes, and I have never mind. Meet me downstairs when
Well, I'll meet you up there.
Can you move your mic closer a little bit, Josh? Because you're normally louder. There you go. Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's meet up there.
Yeah, if you just want to get your stuff on up there, I'll be up there in, I don't know, 5 minutes or so.
All right.
And you like to push open the door as he's saying all right, and we'll move inside.
All right. You open the door. Whoops. Not knocking down the pillar, as you see on the camera there. That is a mistake. And you open the door. And immediately upon opening the door, you hear the sounds of the inn. There's the robust sound of musicians and people chanting. And it is a really fun sort of atmosphere as you walk through the door. And let me pull this up here and go back to the close cam.
Gimbal is going to walk over to, does he see Osler at the bar?
Yeah, Osler. So Gimbal and Brim, as you walk in, you see Osler behind the bar, standing in his normal place. Here, I'll put it up for the cameras. So this is Osler Gundigut. He is here. And now Gimbal and Brim. Brim, you see Ashrin and Lilith and Millie all around the table.
Kind of nod to the group, but I'd like to keep walking upstairs.
Brim, do you want your bundle of things back? I saw you drop this, and I thought you might like it back. I've been holding on for you.
Oh. You like slowly reach down, like palm it, and just. And just we'll keep walking.
Before you walk away, Lilith will kind of pop up and be like, so what's in there?
Just like, and we'll start to walk upstairs faster, or trying to like, move around here, like.
All right, so Brim, you duck around Lilith and go up the stairs. You vanish in moments, leaving the rest of the party here.
That was very curious.
Very curious. I wonder what's in there.
Probably something important, I would imagine, if it's going to be that secreted away.
How heavy did you think that was, that package?
Well, I mean, it's relative.
And you're still a little quiet, Vivi. Evelyn sounds great.
I'm getting a new headset that's coming in.
All right, no worries. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm not quite sure, actually. It didn't feel terribly heavy, from what I could tell. But I'm also fairly strong, so...
That's also true. I've seen you carry Ashrin before. Without breaking a sweat, too, so...
Well, you know, if I broke a sweat, it would be very unfashionable of me.
You see Gimbal walk over to the table.
He'll just go straight over to Osler.
All right. Gimbal, you move to the bar. Osler Gundygut stands behind the bar. Oh, my gnomish friend. I cannot believe the amount of, well, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the trouble that you have brought upon us. Not of your own accord, I am certain. But it seems death follows you everywhere.
The bar top is higher than 3 foot, right?
It's right at 3 feet. So you're eye level with the top of the bar.
So Gimbal is going to be going to toes to heel to toes to heel to toes to heel, getting his eyes to pop over the bar. So he'll just kind of bounce up, bounce down, bounce up. Sorry about that. And he'll just eventually hold himself up. Yeah, I don't really know why that is. Maybe we can make that stop, but for the time being, do you have a bucket and a rag?
A bucket and a rag? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Of course, yes. He snaps his fingers. You see one of the serving ladies comes over. She speaks in his ear. He responds back to her, and in moments, she comes around the side of the bar with a bucket, empty, and a rag.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a place I can get water in it too? I meant a bucket, rag, and water.
You see the serving lady, she rolls her eyes, shakes her head at you, and she disappears behind the bar, moves to a barrel, and then moments later comes back out, kind of slugging underneath this heavy bucket as she brings it around to you with a rag and a bucket of water.
And noticing that she's either irritated and or struggling with the bucket, not with a sense of arrogance or anything, just understanding that this might be an odd request, he'll go ahead and hand her a silver piece, and with gratitude that she did this for him, hand her a silver piece and look over at Osler and sometimes it's good to, and he stumbles, and it's good to remember humanity through practicality and not always using my magic. I'll bring these back to you shortly, but
what
if I could.
What do you mean? Osler says, Practicality.
Yeah,
You
well,
speak
I mean,
in
I can use
riddles.
magic to do a lot of things: open things, shut things, clean things. Sometimes it's just good to remember humility through practical skills, like using water in a ray.
All right, as you say this, Shorewin and Brim both get 100, so that's an advantage from Jay Birchfield. Shorewin, you...
If I may, real quick, John.
Okay,
Gimbal is just going to start heading upstairs now that he has the stuff.
Okay. Gimbal turns, carrying this heavy bucket. Gimbal, you're barely able to keep it off the ground. You hold it up with all your might. It's heavy, and you walk up the stairs behind Brim, where he just went. At that moment, the rest of you hear the doors open, and you see Shorewin walk in.
And Jordan's got a fairly serious look on his face. He's gonna scout the tavern and find Millie and go directly to Millie. He's gone.
Who's gone, dear?
Burn is gone again.
How?
He's uses magic. I don't know his ways. It had something. He tossed these, and at that point, he's gonna pull out a satchel underneath his armor. He's gonna pull out platinum coins, and he said that these will protect us from scrying. I assume he's telling us the truth, so take one.
Of course. And Millie will take one.
I'm gonna look around. I'm assuming I see Lilith. Yeah.
Yeah, she's right beside
Yeah,
me.
Lilith is right here by the table.
Even better.
You see Ashrin,
take one as
Millie,
well, please.
Lilith.
You're muted.
She'll put a finger on the coin and kind of just push it towards back at Sherwin. And I don't really like shiny things.
I understand, but if you remember correctly, we were scryed on once before, and this will protect us from that.
How do we know that this will protect us? Because Burn said?
We don't know. But, at the same point, he did remove a shield from my arm, and I appreciated that.
Kind of look over at Millie I don't want to take this.
If it makes you feel any better, dear, I can put some dirt on it, make it a little less shiny. Then perhaps make you a little more comfortable. And I would think, at least, I'm very put out by Burns' behavior up till this point. Let me put it that way, at least. And, he did at least seem rather disinclined to give up the crystal that we now have back in our possession. I cannot fault him, at least, for seeing the protecting it with his life part that he did agree with, because he seemed to have mostly done so. However, I would think, at least, with his dire warnings about literally everyone being killed if they got a hold of this, he might have it in his best interest, and ours too, perhaps, if we will not be able to be found in possession of it. Sure.
So she reluctantly, with Millie's words, she'll reluctantly take the thing, kind of pick it up like this, she doesn't really want to touch it, and put it in her pocket. Shorwin, what else did he say when he disappeared? Did he give us any other information?
He hears her, but he immediately is looking. Is Ashrin near us as well?
Yeah, Ashrin, she's actually she's been lifting her finger like she wants to speak, but she's too cautious to interrupt Millie. So she's like,
Wise girl.
but she's not interrupted yet.
So I'm going to turn to Ashrin. Ashrin, take one as well, please.
I will, but why the hate for Burn? I know he's been a bit eclectic, but are not all wizards so? She snatches the coin puts it in
I
her pocket.
understand that this group enjoys talking about things ad nauseum. Having said that, I was given certain information. Please take the coin. As to you, Lilith, he did say other things. I had not gotten to it quite yet. He did mention something about Holly and her master, the demon. He said something about Rufus. It was all very jumbled. We need to find the other two and get them these coins as well. Please.
All right. Very well. And I will have an answer for you later on that front, Ashran. So it seemed to be in some sense of urgency. Ashran, were you there? Did you hear his message as well?
No, I was back here with you. I did not stay behind in the chapel.
I could have sworn we left you behind.
No, Millie, when you left, I followed behind you. I saw the looks you gave me when I paid too much attention to Shorwin. I did not want to stay behind and be called a strumpet or a trollop or some of the other horrible things that have been said about me, simply because I liked Uthar. And
I appreciate this chit-chatter. Could we please move towards the other two, wherever they are at this point, so that I can finish giving more information rather than in this giant tavern where other people may indeed be standing around?
Well, they're upstairs in their room getting their things.
Let's
Sure.
go that way. And Shorwin's going to immediately take off towards their rooms.
And
Shorwin turns and
Lilith
walks
kind
up the stairs. Go ahead.
as we're kind of walking to follow Sherwin, Lilith will kind of grab Millie's arm to kind of pull her back for a minute, and she's like,
I understand the need for expedience, but goodness, manners. Has everyone forgotten their manners these days? And so
she'll
yeah.
take another swig of Millie's flask and then hand it back. I think maybe he needs some.
I think perhaps we might have done a bit of disservice leaving him by himself with Burn. So that might be a little bit our fault.
I mean, also true. I thought Ashwin would for sure stay with.
Well, maybe after seeing Uther the way he was, she has a bit of mixed feelings about the people that she has infatuations with. And then as she says that, Millie will start walking up the stairs.
All right. All of you move up the stairs here, and we're going to go to our full player screen in moments. You're all upstairs, and we're going to go pure theater of mind here. And the sounds of the tavern recede into the background. You can barely hear the distant chatter of the members of the inn, and you are all upstairs. Brim has gone to his room. Sherwin, you see him just a bit ahead. Everyone else, tell me what you're doing. Thank you for the host, Gronk at KMB. Also, I didn't thank Wiley and Lord Gasumba. Thank you to both of you who subbed and our partner who followed and hosted us. We are appreciative of that. And no, the evil woman in disguise, who knows who that is?
Has Gimbal made it to Brim's room before this transpired, or where's Gimbal at?
Yeah, you were moments ahead, so you're actually following behind Brim as he opens his door. You're there.
Okay. So he's gonna, as soon as, even if Brim's not ready, he's gonna be knocking on the door to come in.
No, so you get there as Brim is getting ready to close the door.
Oh, well then he's knocking to. Brim, Brim, I made it.
He like has it, yeah, and he like just opens it back up. Yeah.
Can I get your help?
Grabs him by the head and lifts him in, closes the door, and just puts him on the bed. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Yeah, as you grab him by the head, Brim, you feel a click in his neck. He's not wholly well, and you feel Gimbal a shock of pain that goes through your body. You take 2 points of damage. You feel like your neck was stretched on that rack and being picked up by the head. It feels like an electric jolt goes through your body.
That's how the TPK begins.
Yeah, kills everybody, guys. Kill him with kindness, I guess.
For a moment, he'll hold the bucket and the rag with the water in the bucket, just.
Oh, sorry.
Let's turn down real quick.
Trying to help.
Okay. Can you put the bucket on the floor for me, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Puts it on the floor.
And Gimbal stretches a little bit, just still feeling a slight tension in his neck, and he hops down and Brim. He'll run over to the door and lock it and come back. Brim, we've spent some time together and we've seen a few things, and there's this serious but softness that comes over Gimbal. We've both seen a lot of things, but in a different way. And you've exposed at least a portion of your past. I don't want to assume, but could you tell me just simply, it sounds like you were perhaps a servant, a slave, or even a tool to the slave. Is that, if I may, correct?
He crosses his arms and leans against the door.
I was a slave, to put it in the best way. Why do you ask?
And he doesn't say that last part with a defensiveness, just wondering.
Because there's, and he sighs, there's just something. Look at Burn, right? There's some things within my community that we try to safeguard against, some behaviors or mindsets, especially those who go into wizarding. Burn is exactly that. Burn might be wonderful and great and really trying to help, but I don't really. Here, would you sit on your bed?
He gets up, and you do notice that his bed is made perfectly, like it's been untouched. And he'll lift the little bear, he'll start to grab it by the head, and then he'll let go and move it by the body over. And we'll sit down on the bed.
You remember before when you asked me to clean you off and I used my magic to do that?
Yeah?
Don't worry, don't worry.
He looks visibly like, seeing the bucket of water.
Yeah?
Don't worry. I ain't gonna do that. There ain't no river around here anyways. But what I'm trying to say is sometimes our past, sometimes it's like we're trying to catch up to our past, that it's just always in front of us. And I don't know if that's what you're doing, but what I know is you're my friend, and I don't care how many scars you got or limbs I'm missing. You're still my friend. And he stops, he kind of trails off with his verbs, with his words, and he reaches into the bucket, he dips the rag. And if Brim has boots on, then he's going to take them off. Otherwise, with his feet exposed, Gimbal just says, your feet are often the foundation of everything you do. And if even I can show some humility in the knowledge I have and show you that you're no worse or better or You're my friend, my brother. You're Brim, not a half-orker.
As you say this,
Begin to wipe the feet.
as Gimbal does this, you see the rat Squeaks comes up on the side of his shoulder and peers over, tilting his head as Gimbal washes Brim's feet.
You notice that when you take his boots off, he doesn't stop you, and he has an understanding of what you're trying to do. But you notice that kind of like the scars across his body, from about the Achilles heel over, almost in a straight line practically, around his feet, on his toes, and all of it. They are all that reddish color, as if it is entirely a scar.
I mean, he'll just, so, Brim, and he'll continue just in, he's kind of trying to keep the humor, bring some humor into it. And so as he's wiping, he'll just lift up an arm and bring it back down. And just, we all have our scars or our stories, pointing to an ear as he continues to wipe and lifting up his hand. And he'll just, I don't see anything but Brim. You know, put the rag back in the bucket and just, what I wanted to tell you the other day is when you, and what I tried to explain at the temple was when you all brought me back to life, it was the words, the essence of what you were saying that echoed through the plains, that echoed to my location and pulled me. And I remember you saying something about, you know, you gave up, I think, the stick, which we can make another, but you also gave up your rage. And I just want you to know, no matter what.
All right. So as this is happening, again, Shorewind, Millie, Lilith, you're coming up the stairs. You see the door to Brim's room is open. You can hear these voices. Ashrin still coming behind, muttering to herself, but not saying too much. She is clearly abashed. What are you doing?
Going straight to Brim's door and knocking on it.
Gimbal, you're interrupted by a knock.
I look down at Gimbal.
Wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Look over at the door. And
You see the gleaming light of the Cavalier's armor shining in the doorway.
Brim looks down to Gimbal.
How does he do that?
I don't know. I could make us go invisible right now. Nah, maybe another time. Maybe another time.
He'll lift his great sword by the sheath and will try and unlock the door.
Okay. You hear the click inside of the handle, and the door opens. You see Shorewind, Millie, and Lilith. What are you doing?
We're right behind Shore.
All right, so you see a gaggle of the rest of the party all standing behind the door as it opens, looking inside.
For a brief moment, Shorewind looks completely confused.
You see Gimbal on his knees, as you might imagine, with a bucket holding Brim's massive and quite noxious feet and wiping it down with water.
I apologize for barging in, but we've run into a situation. He's going to take another moment. Look, we've run into a situation, and I need each of you to take one of these coins. And
How
he
much
holds out the coins.
do I get? Is it? Oh.
He's just going to grab the coin and throw it in his bag. Cool.
These are from Byrne. He
Oh.
said these will keep us from being scryed. He's also gone.
What?
And what I didn't share down below in the tavern proper was that he distinctly said that Holly is hunting us
Yeah,
with a demon master.
that makes sense.
He said we should run. And of course, in his own manner, he finished it off with fools, which I disagreed with, but he was gone by the time I could have argued with him.
Sounds right.
Sounds about right.
What?
Yeah.
You're sure he was here? Oh, wow. Demon? You sure it was a demon or a devil?
I will state again, he said demon. Now, if he meant devil, which I would be highly surprised that someone of his intellect may mistake the two, but I do believe it is demon-oriented.
That makes a lot of sense from where I was. Yep. That's so part of the, and he's still flipping the coin in his fingers, still not happy that it's from Burn because he's just irritated with the guy. So no, that makes sense because when I was with Halia, before we left, Burn, while we were in his tower, I didn't know if he was a stumbling fool himself, but he said Holly and Halia. And that makes sense. And there was a second female, as I showed you all, that was wherever I was kept. So, and then they did some weird, thank goodness for dark. And I did not have dark vision abilities at the time. I'm so happy. But there was some definitely demonic things happening. I have enough stuff to deal with in my head. I didn't need that.
Well, may I suggest, in light of this new information, we should, to ensure the safety of this town, leave.
How is the town safe then? I mean, aren't they all in danger then?
But I think they might be in more danger if we remain behind. I mean, we have seen the efforts that they have gone to hurt those close to us. They murdered Galen. They tried to kill Winston. They have done grievous injury every chance they get. They kept Gimbal.
And we have seen no sign of Jaru, says Ashrin.
What did you say, Ashwin?
We have seen no sign of Jaru. He was not in the grove.
No, he was not.
I think it's all connected. There is a doom upon this town. I think we must flee.
I think our presence is causing undue problems for the other people here. And so, even though it has been comfortable, I do agree that, yes, we should probably depart.
Are we going to liquidate our stuff?
No.
Well, we're gonna leave it?
No, we should find a cart, I would imagine. We have horses.
Whoa. That's a couple big chests. And one really shiny one.
Maybe I wasn't quite upfront enough. Burns said this with a certain sense of urgency. It wasn't a enjoy your vacation and then move on.
I am currently getting my feet washed.
Lilith will take a sweet roll given to her by Millie earlier, and she'll just start to eat it, and then she'll kind of lean over towards Millie and whisper in her ear, I'm not sure if this is a very common ritual with city folk. What's happening here?
Well,
She's like pointing at like Brim and Gimbal.
it appears that Gimbal is washing Brim's feet. To me.
Is this a normal thing?
Washing is fairly normal, yes, Lilith.
But feet washing?
Is it though?
Ashrin speaks up. This is
Children, you said we need to get going, right?
This is most
Indeed,
unusual.
I did.
Well, give me 1 second, and Millie just walks out into her room.
all right, Millie. As you walk
Sherwin's
out,
gonna go to his.
you see Brim. You see Ostler is standing there. Oh, Millie,
Oh, everyone, please, come on in.
Millie. Have you heard? There is a call in the gnarly forest. There are missing rangers. I think perhaps this could be something you could aid with, and if it is your, forgive me, I did not mean to eavesdrop, but the cavalier was rather loud downstairs. If it is your intent to leave Hamlet, perhaps to the east in the gnarly, you might be of aid to them.
much does it pay?
Yep.
You would have to speak to the knights. I am not one of them. I know they pay well, but I could not give you the number.
Very well. That seems like something we could possibly help with, given the right circumstances. All right, well,
Ostler, my mind's kind of cloudy right now. My neck hurts pretty bad right now.
The old man
how
peers
far-
through the doorway.
How far is this place from the Free City? In the opposite direction?
Well, no, Greyhawk is to the north and the east. If you head toward the Nali, you head toward the east. You could catch a ship from there as well, if you wish. There are coastal towns, but I've never traveled more than 30 miles past Hamlet. I speak only of what I have heard, not what I have done.
a ship, you say? Ooh, I like the sound of that.
I've never been on a ship before.
Me neither.
It's quite delightful. It's my favorite place to be.
I see we've moved back into the discussion phase. Can we please gather our belongings and start moving out?
I was on my way to do that when Oslo arrived, so one moment.
If you wish to catch a ship, won't you pass through the Nali? Safeton. Safeton lies upon the coast of the Woolly Bay. You can catch a ship there toward the Free City, but it is some distance away. Be careful, please. I would hope to see you again. You have been good patrons and good friends. But I fear darkness is imminent.
As Millie continues out of the room past Osler, she says, "We appreciate your hospitality, Osler dear," and she just gives him a little kiss on the cheek and continues out as quickly as she can to her room to get her
And
things.
Shorewin follows behind, going to his room.
All right. As you place that smallest of kisses on his cheek, let me pull him up here. You see Osler, his face wizened and aged, friendly and kind. There's a blush to his cheeks as you do this. Were I a younger man? And he chuckles. And he kind of walks downstairs.
Lilith will grab her stuff from her room and then head into Shorewin's room.
Shorewin, as you are gathering your things, you have already given dire warning, urged the party to move quickly. You go to your room, you begin gathering your things, you see Lilith come walking behind you.
And then she'll just come you'll see her come in, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, she's standing very uncomfortably close to you and looking at what you're doing while eating her sweet roll. I'm ready.
I hope everyone can move quite as quickly as you can. Impressive. You travel light, is it?
Yeah, I have everything I need in my pockets.
Of course. All right then, let's be on our way.
Sherwin? Have
Yes?
you eaten anything today?
I cannot say that I have, no.
And she'll dig into her pockets and pull out a sweet roll, and she'll just all of a sudden you see a sweet roll pop up right by your face as she's kind of handing it to you. She's
Jorwin takes the sweet roll. He looks at it for a moment. Thank you.
You're welcome. We should go see Winston before.
Winston will be coming with us.
Yes. Okay.
And still holding the sweet roll in one hand, he continues to gather up his other items. He's not eating it right now. He continues. Go ahead.
If you eat it, you can have 2 hands and you can pack faster.
Shorewin is visibly uncomfortable with the current situation. He looks at the sweet roll. He looks at Lilith. Very good.
She'll like just have that like look of glee over her face.
All right. Well played, both of you. The rest of the party, tell me what you're doing. Are you going to stay here tonight? It is dusk outside. So are you leaving this night? Are you going to stay the night in the Welcome Wench? Gimbal, Millie, Ashrin, and Brim, tell me what you're doing.
So Millie has kind of packed like basically everything that she can't fit in her pockets or her bags into the chest, the chain opening chest, that one that we obtained from the moat house, which includes all of the remaining party funds that just is what we've collected from gathering things. And then she's going to go down into the tavern and ask Osler if it would be possible for them to get a small cart to take with them along with their horses.
As you walk back down, Osler, he's back down behind the bar after having greeted you, and you see he's polishing a mug. Some of the tavern folks are beginning to get ready to leave. It's getting, a little bit on in the evening, not too late, but your early folks are starting to settle out. Some others are coming in. He looks up at you. What is it, Millie? I could not handle another kiss.
No, dear. I actually was wanting to inquire, perhaps, if we could procure a small cart, nothing sizable, just something to that we could possibly take a chest or two and some other supplies that we might need along our way.
You are not only a dear, and not just for the kiss you planted upon this old man, but for all that you have done. You and your friends. You are the kindest. You have done great things for us. I still yet pray for Byrne, and I fear for Rufus. I still think there is something to these orcs. You did not find the dragon, did you?
Well, we had, and Brim actually tried to make a bit of a parlay with the dragon, and it seemed somewhat, perhaps. I am not one who understands the nature of dragons entirely. I've only heard of them in stories, but it seemed like things were going rather swimmingly momentarily, and then the dragon flew off with the big orc fellow.
Oh, I have no experience with dragons either, but the red ones, they never swim.
It's a piratical figure of speech, dear.
Oh, I see what you mean. Swimming, well, yes. Well, a cart, yes. For you, my dear, anything. I have a good cart. If you have a horse, it can pull it. A single will do. Two will pull it better.
Yes, I think we could.
No charge, nothing. All you have done for us already, I just take it as an old man's kindness.
Thank you, dear. That's most excellent to hear. I will let the others know. And of course, anyone we meet along the way, we will definitely tell them all about your lovely inn, and that they should come and experience this hospitality for themselves. We hope to bring some of the generosity to you that you had sent to us, and I think that is totally fair.
And here's your cart, ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Everyone else, what are you doing?
Gimbal's gonna just quickly wrap up his stuff. He'll pop over to his no, before he goes over to his room while everyone else is at their stuff, he's going to ask Brim to open the chest so he can retrieve an item out of there and then go to his room and pack up the stuff.
Okay. Brim will look down and be like, yeah, sure. And he'll open up the chest. And the gold is there, the emeralds are there, the ring is there.
there is also a medallion in there.
You don't see the medallion.
Is it not in there? Is there a reason why? Brim, where did the medallion go?
Which one?
It had like 9 horns on it or something like that.
The small one with like a skull or something like that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he'll kind of reach into his pocket and pull out the amulet.
Would it be okay if I got that from you?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And you'll see he doesn't want to really touch it. He'll just take some cloth and wrap it around it and take his coin, his thing from anti-scrying thing from Burn, and put them together and put them both in his satchel.
Well, if you're worried about touching it, Gimbal, I can hold on to it for you.
What I need to do a little bit more studying on it, but the quick glance I got at it back in the dunes or wherever we were with Halia, it's not a good thing. This is not a good thing at all.
Okay. All right.
You see Squeaks is on his shoulder, his whiskers kind of frisking as he watches what's happening.
And Brim will kind of watch as he puts it away and scratch his eye and...
Yeah, just let me know how I can help.
Yeah, I will. Like I said, I don't really know a lot about it, but what I remember, it's not a good thing. So, but if it can be helpful, I'll let you know. Or if I need help, I'll let you know right away.
All right, so Gimbal, I want to make sure I might have missed this as I was looking at this. So, did you give the medallion that you had received to him?
Nope, I have the medallion that I received and that medallion that was found in that chest.
Right,
together in my satchel.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, very good. Well played. All right, so the rest of the party, what are you doing?
As soon as Millie's done talking to Osler, she's going to run upstairs to Brim's rooms because she knows he has the other chest. And she's just going to peek in real quick and say, Brim dear, I have found a way for us to be able to take the chests with us. So we have a cart now. Yes, just wanted to let you know. So if anybody has anything that they would like to take, we have a way to take it.
Wonderful. And every single time that someone's been popping into his room, he's literally been trying to get on the same piece of armor this entire time. And he's literally like...
Thank you. If you could let everyone else know to come back to my room once they're good to go.
Yep. And so Millie's just going to continue around and let everybody know that she has obtained the cart if they have extra things that they need to bring with them, and to all meet in Brim's room as soon as they're done. And so she's doing door to door, including Ashrin, and then goes back to her room and finishes getting the rest of her things, including putting her hat on because she hasn't worn it recently. So.
All right, you do all of this. All right, everyone else?
Lilith will sit on Shorewind's bed and continue to watch him pack. So she kind of sits on the bed, and then you notice that she'll bring up one foot and then the other foot, and she's kind of sitting cross-legged on your bed, and she's just watching you pack your stuff. Shorewind?
Yes?
Are you okay?
Well, if we look at the most recent history of all of the incidents that have occurred to this group, I would most intensively say no, I'm not okay. Having said that, I have trained much of my life to fight in battles, sword to sword, sword to shield. This issue of magic is something that I've not had to deal with as much in my recent history. Additionally, we have yet to find my sister, who is somewhere nearby, one would hope, or one is to assume, and everyone feels as if a discussion about what we should do is more important than doing it. Now, I understand. I am trained tactically. I think in a strategic way of battle. And the way I think may not bear any resemblance to how many in this group think. Having said that, now, with a wizard, a magic user of such renown as Byrne telling us we should run, my first thought is to leave town so as not to let the town have to deal with any more atrocities than it already has dealt with. So, to answer your question a little more compact, no, I am not okay, but I will be okay once we're on the road.
And she'll kind of like study him as he's talking to see like if what he's saying is actually in line with how he's feeling. We haven't really talked about what happened to Winston in the stables and your eye. I know it's within you to kind of push through and persevere as a cavalier to go forward. Can we just stop for a moment and how are you?
He looks at his packed items, which he has finished up, still holding a piece of the bun in his hand. He's going to look at Lilith. He's going to finish the bun. He's going to swallow. We can definitely talk about this once we're on the road. Now, up, let's head out. And with that, he takes his back and exits the room.
Well done. All right, and so quick interruption here. Got DM, welcome, gifting 10 Tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, all of our chatters. You guys have been amazing. Let's give a round of applause to our mad chatters. They have been awesome. And of course, our players have been awesome as well. We're going to have all these sub things firing off. We are doing 2 giveaways tonight. Did I say 1? No, not 1. 2 giveaways tonight. I sound like an infomercial. All right, so first of all, one of these great blue box hoodies, that's going to be right after the break. So we're going to do our break in a moment, like Terry has there, Shorewind, like I have. This is going to be after the break, and then I'll show you after the break the new mouse pads. Oh my gosh, they are so cool. I want to steal one, but I can't. So we're going to give away a mouse pad later in the stream as well. So you have a chance to win a blue box hoodie tonight and a mouse pad. And thank you so much for all of the support. But wait, there's more. Tell them, Don, that's not all they've won. All right, so with all of that said, well played. Hey, Zombie Knight, if you don't know who that is, Mitch won probably the coolest giveaway we've ever done here. He won the original Greyhawk box set that I did when I launched Greyhawk Awakening, episode 1 of GHA. Mitch, or Zombie Knight, he won that original Greyhawk box set, 1983 glossography, gorgeous, and congrats to him, and good to see him tonight. That box set is amazing, yes it is. Mouse pads are nice, and Mystical Amanda, who's with us, this guy is going to appear, I don't know when and where, but this gorgeous, this is from Mystical Unicorn Painting. She is so good, and look, this is a typical mini, so you can see size here. This thing is monstrous, gorgeous with snow, frost giant with a helmet, frost upon his shoulders. We shout her out often. Follow Manda, Mystical Unicorn Painting, really, really cool stuff. Hey, Dragons in the Dining Room, good to see you. And they call me Tim. He is the maker of the ever mysterious crit tables, and those crit tables have been monstrous on our streams. Killing players, killing monsters, doing damage to all alike, and we have been so appreciative of those. The mouse pads, you're going to do the other thing. Yeah, well, maybe Steve. So Steve, you and I need to talk offline. That's not all right. Before we go to break, tell me what you're all doing.
Shorewin is heading down the stairs, out the door, and towards the stables.
Lilith is trying to prevent Shorewin from hiding from his emotions.
Millie was trying to flag Shorewin down to see if he would help her with the chest in her room.
All right, so Shorewin, as you're heading down, you have Lilith on the one side trying to pull emotion from you, Millie on the other side trying to get you to pull a chest.
Pulling a chest or an emotional chest?
So he'll look at both of them and go to Millie and assist Millie.
Yes, I just have this. It's a smaller chest than the one we found in the temple. I remember that because I was able to actually lift it myself a little bit. But so yes, I just need to get this down to the cart that Ostler has provided for us. It's got all the extra gold that we've kind of collected as a group, and so plus a few other things of mine. But yes, I would like to take it with us.
Of course. And John, question on that: would I be able to carry that along with my because I travel light, but along with the supplies that I had in my room? Or would I need assistance with that?
Yeah, so it's burdensome. You're staggering beneath the weight, but you can carry it by yourself.
Right.
Brim would throw it on his shoulder easily. You're struggling with it, but you got it.
All right.
If one purpose.
You are the muscle of the group.
He must certified armor bearing.
But Brim will be getting ready and will then wait in his room.
Gimbal will wait outside his room after he got the medallion, went to his room, picked up just a couple items that he had. He'll wait outside there and see everyone rush by. Wait a moment. Hear the silence in Brim's room. Brim, I think they're leaving us.
Okay. And he's just gonna finally go to his door and try and follow the group.
You need any help carrying anything?
Ooh.
Thank you.
Except Gimbal puts him on his other shoulder.
So you have Gimbal on your shoulder, and Squeaks is on Gimbal's shoulder. So it's like a stack of three.
And as the others are heading down the stairs, because Millie had gotten the assistance, she just kind of whistles out and says, "Ashrin dear, we're leaving!"
As soon as Ashrin's already out the door. She's got her pack on her shoulder. She's all buttoned up.
Oh, of course, I heard all this. I would not be left behind.
All right, just wanted to make sure.
We should listen to Shorewin. He's wise. His counsel is sound.
And he's in quite a hurry, so...
Precisely. So let us go.
Trouble keeping up.
All right. In moments, you are all out the door. It is, as I mentioned earlier, getting to be night now. So you're heading out in the evening time outside of Hamlet. Hamlet, where both in this city and the Cron Hills, the party has traveled for the first 23 sessions of this campaign, and now setting out in a different direction. You have the cart. Who is driving the cart?
I could.
Question. We
Yes.
have not decided where we're going yet, correct?
No, I mean you were told, but
Okay.
you haven't decided. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm obviously not driving the cart because I'm on Winston.
Right, I can do it.
All right. And does Winston have his armor on or no?
Yes, he does.
All right, so let me pull the video back up here, or the lights back up. So those of you that don't know, this was something that happened a couple of sessions ago. Burn, the much maligned, hated. My NPCs are hated so much, but that's fine. He gave something to Winston. Even as he rescued him, he was being saved by Ashrin and Burn. And now, at the spoken word, the word is what?
Burn.
He becomes this, and this is Bill the Master Crafters. He did this for us here at Blue Box, so thank you, Satrascorn, Jay's loyal player. So at the spoken word, Winston goes from a mere steed to an armored steed with heraldry and spikes and metal all around him. Hey, thank you for the sub, Moondog. So, Satcherscorn, Bill the Master Crafter. We have Shorewin in full armor here. Whoop, not facing that way, facing that way. With the party, Millie atop the wagon as you move to the east. Any other comments?
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sherwin.
I have a question first. Would I know anything about Gallows Corner?
I'm sorry, anything about what?
Gallows Corner, city to the south, southwest, roughly.
Yeah, so you have some knowledge of it. You've never been there, but you know it was a small town, included a high preponderance of thieves that would go there, and it was the gallows were a function of sometimes the punishment that would flow there. The gnarly forest directly to the east includes, here, let me pull this up so you can see on the map for all the players and for all the Anna B. Meyer fans, of whom there are many. You can see here, boom. All right, so in Hamlet, let me zoom in real quick. Bum, 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 bum. Thank you for the sub, Stotler97. We appreciate all the support here at Blue Box. It helps us grow, and we have a brand new Alienware PC coming here soon, which is going to grow. Thank you. Welcome, Ronskis Drown. Ronskis Drown. Welcome to the Mad Chatters. So you're here in Hamlet. So Humming's End would be the next town as you're headed into the gnarly forest. Gallows Corner would be to the south and a bit west. You were advised to go east.
Indeed we were. Can you point out roughly on the map where we encountered the orcs?
Yes. So you were here in the Cron Hills. So you would come, if you can see my cursor, I'm gonna move this around. You were here in the Cron Hills. Rock Hall was the Dwarven settlement, which you never reached. The Gnomish settlement was here. So you were here in the Cron Hills, so to the south and west.
All right. So before we actually get on the way, then I'm going to address the group. I would like to head south towards Gallows Corner. I would like at least one more chance to see if we can find any information about my sister.
Very well.
Fine with me.
We do not have to stay long, and I understand that there is a lucrative offer possibly east of here, but I do not feel like I would have done my due diligence if I do not attempt one more time. Additionally, that red dragon is somewhere, and I worry a bit. We are leaving Hamlet. They will not have our protection. I worry that this may come back to haunt us in the future, and as such, I would appreciate it if we do at least minimally look in the area to see if we can find any information.
That all makes sense to me. Yes.
Vern told us to leave Hamlet. He didn't necessarily say where, so I don't see why we can't go south. A bit, and she'll kind of like go over to Winston and look at him in his full clad armor and kind of look at him. And she'll turn over her, look over her shoulder at Millie, and she'll be like, a bit pretentious, don't you think? You have to shout his name for the armor to appear.
I mean, think about who we're talking about, yeah.
To be fair. Although you do look really nice, Winston, as she kind of like fixes the braids in his hair and like. And
Yeah, so you can't even get to his hair. So when you lean over, it's all covered in armor with spikes. His hair is all hidden beneath this armor.
Oh, okay.
You can get to his tail.
His tail sticks out. Yeah, his tail is out.
Oh, if his tail is out, then she shall braid for his tail. No, he knows where I am.
All right, so is this the desire of the party? You are headed back to the southwest toward the Cron Hills, searching for Shorewind's sister. Is that right?
Yes, but Brim has one more thing he'd like to do, but I think it's probably going to take a little while, so after break.
All right, and after break is right, because the DM has to change this whole table. Not what I thought you were going to do, but that's cool. I love it. It's awesome. Well played, Shortwind. Okay, so when we come back after break, we're going to do a giveaway right after the break of one of these Blue Box hoodies. Let me get that launched. We will do a second giveaway later in the stream tonight of one of our very cool mouse pads. And let me get this set up. Giveaway, keyword. It's going to be exclamation point hoodie. How imaginative is that? All right, so exclamation point hoodie, type that in the chat, and you will be in the giveaway right after the break. So we're going to have a quick break here. It might be a little bit longer than my normal break. I'll be as fast as I can, but I've got to change this whole table here. I've got all of my grasslands and all of my terrain with trees, and they've decided instead of going east, they're going southwest. So I've got to make that all work, and we'll be right back after the break. Thank you, players. Well done. Thank you, all the Mad Chatters. We had a new Mad Chatter, Baracus won, and then of course we had Rasky Drown. Welcome to the Mad Chatters. You are part of the coolest chat. Not the best DM. Probably not the best players, but the coolest chat that you will find anywhere on Twitch for D&D, and we appreciate all of you. Before I go to break, any final comments?
Sorry.
It's okay. DM getting ready. Mad Chatters on fire, and we will be right back.
Let's set up the welcome winch. Just kidding, we're going to Jeru.
I know exactly. Every time you guys do this to me. It's so fun, though. It's like, I think the players think it's a challenge to mess with the DM. Because
ever since I read what you wrote in what Burns said, my whole plan had been that. And then you said something about the other stuff, and I'm like, but my character has.
Well, no, it's fine, and I didn't just say it. It was something Jay put in the Discord, right? So, you know, Jay and I, we are collaborating, and Terry is frustrating that collaboration to the best of his ability.
When we get back from break, let's just say we're going somewhere else.
See, what it is we find out what John's plan is, and then we have a list and a D20 over here that we're rolling and messaging each other secrets what the plan is.
Okay, let's do it this way. Okay.
Yeah.
Brontosaurus, dope.
All right, and yes, we do know the mics are hot. We leave them hot during the break so the players can chat with our viewers. You guys are awesome, and the DM is now going to go into a hurried reset of his entire terrain setup. All right, DM out, players on.
Hey, Evelyn.
Yes.
So my specialization spells, is that only for my bonded item?
Or as far as like.
So like the wizard has a bonded item or
the familiar, right?
So as you know, I had the bonded item, which I no longer have because Gimbal took the dark staff instead of his regular cane.
Right.
So in his spell list, he has his regular spells, he has prepare specialization spells, and now meta magic. I get the meta magic.
Right.
But the specialization spell.
That was specific to that you had prepared specifically for your bonded item?
Well, that's my question.
It would be for that item.
So without the bonded item, I don't have the specialization.
As far as I understand, probably not, but that is a better question for the DM.
That is correct.
Okay. That's a bummer. But okay. That made sense.
Yeah.
It made sense. Cool.
So goes the bonded item, so goes the magic attached to it.
Right. At some point, it would be nice to get some gold back. It's kind of the only way I can cast spells.
It is with no little sadness. I'm sorry. It is with no little sadness that I put away the welcome wench. It may be the last time for some time.
Now I'm gonna have to change all the channel names in Discord.
True.
Where our new places are.
Oh, that's true.
It depends on where you are.
Create new ones.
It's not like it won't come back ever, but yeah, it may be a minute.
Oh, hey John, I have a question.
Yes.
Would there have been time between Millie leaving the church and getting back to the welcome wench that she could have gone by Brother Smith and bought a new dagger? Because I had been planning on doing that.
Yeah, I wanted all of you to have plenty of time for that sort of stuff. So yes,
Okay.
Basic dagger costs. You can look it up in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
Go to your 1E player's handbook for the appropriate costs because we're working
Yeah,
on
I
sort
think
of
that list is in the Discord.
Yeah,
It should be
that's
one of our
right. Yeah, because we're
pages.
working on the sort of old school economies. But yeah, no problem. You can do that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that would be okay.
Yep,
'cause I had
yep.
planned on doing that.
Rory's trying to figure it out.
It's not fair. I looked away. I got distracted by the chat, by Twitch, and I looked away, and then the box looks empty.
It is empty. It's just
Ah.
a box. It's a box of boxes, but they're all like all these boxes are like are perfect size for minis. So that like when I put them in there, I can close them up and ship them off, and then they're just
All right,
the perfect
you guys have to be extra entertaining. It's going to take me a while to do my whole setup over here again and get you ready for the Cron Hills. So
If
You know-
you guys have any questions, answer them or ask them in the chat.
Yeah.
Do a little fireside while John sets up a place that we're not going to go to.
Vivi,
Yes.
I forgot now because I knew that. But when you sent me a beholder, was it you that sent it to me in the big red card deck? Like the
No.
plastic red box?
No.
Oh. Someone
Why?
did. I don't know. That's just one way that I received one of my minis.
well, I
When I
want to know
sent
why
you
I
the
don't have one of
beholder, it
Vivi's
was
beholders yet for my own stuff.
What did you say, John?
I said I want to know why I don't have one of your beholders yet. I mean, I should. As a
Yeah, I
DM
want
that
it. I want
pours his life into your player and your game, I don't have one of your beholders yet. I'm shocked.
I will send you one.
No, I mean,
Actually, I'm getting t-shirts. Huh?
I was like, think about it. Amanda, Mystical Unicorn, she sent me a Frost Giant, and she doesn't even get to play in my campaigns, and I don't have one of your beholders.
I'll get on it. Okay, so when I sent you that beholder,
Yeah.
that was actually little known fact. My first ever giveaway when my account was like 200, I think, like 200 followers. Rory was the one who actually won my very first giveaway, which actually happened to be a beholder.
Uh-huh.
And he got to pick between a brown one and a green one that I painted. And then I did. Remember when I sent it to you? I sent it to you in that box, and then I drew the two beholders on top
Yes.
of the box.
Yes. That's right.
That's how I sent it to you. Yeah.
Oh. It's I like how mistrusting people are of the mail system.
Yeah.
I don't mean MALE, but the MAIL, right? The
No.
mail system.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
agree
so-
with the MALE.
Everyone's distrusting of the MALE.
So when you, nah, I'll stop with the jokes. When you sent it, you sent it in a box. You had your drawing on there. It was all awesome.
Yeah.
In which I actually still have a lot of that
Oh.
stuff. But you packed it. You packed it so that it
Uh-huh.
wouldn't break. When I
Yeah.
won my other beholder, same thing. It came in a hard plastic, like multi-deck, like magic card deck holding thing. Hard red plastic stuffed with bubble wrap. Like no one trusts it to go through the mail without it breaking because we know that it's gonna break.
I
Well, the
used to
thing-
work
the
for
thing too-
UPS.
Yeah. But like, especially like in particular to like beholders because of all the eye stalks, I
Mhm.
specifically try to. What I've been doing is taking cotton and like putting it in between all the eye stalks to cushion it, and then wrap it in bubble wrap, and then put it in a box, and then put that box inside another box with more. Like I really try because I really don't want them to break, right?
Yeah.
So it's heartbreaking when you get something and then it's in pieces or whatever. So I really try to. I have a bunch of boxes under my desk. It's just boxes of all varying sizes for miniatures, and when you send them away or whatever, because you don't want them
When
to
you
break.
order stuff online, do you keep the boxes to reuse?
Yes.
them?
100%. Yeah. Somebody was asking how many dinosaurs will there be the way that you're going to be traveling? By
42.
Farley 17.
Negative 10.
It's always 42.
42. The answer is 42. Oh yes, Amanda and Courtney painted up Disney villain beholders on stream as well. That was super cool. Should I paint a dinosaur mini and send it to John? Yes, I think he would really enjoy that. I think he will open it with full glee.
Immediate level loss.
Great, we can all be Shorewind's level.
Oh! All right,
You
so
know-
I'm still not done with setups. You guys got to keep entertaining. I'll be done in a bit.
I really like, and since he's muted right now, it's perfect. But I really like that it took, what was it, like, because he didn't rest. I guess Cavaliers don't need to rest, but he couldn't level up because he wasn't resting. And now he is so close, yet still just as far. I think it's that expediency of a
Look at
Cavalier.
he's trying to chew his food really fast. He's like, hang on one second, I'm gonna quickly eat and I'm gonna come
I'm
back.
trying to get it as much as I can before he can say
Honey,
anything.
take my dish.
I need to eat right now and I'm running back.
I have.
Oh, here it comes. So you gotta keep
Commentary. In 3,
everyone keep
2,
talking so he can't
1.
talk. You gotta keep talking.
Okay, so
and
how
so
is it
everything's
It
been
was
Yeah,
going
so-
really good
cold
today.
outside,
So
you
honestly,
know.
these empanadas are incredible. They've got whole olives in them and bits of boiled egg. And now that we're past that whole conversation, let's just move on.
Green or black
And the
olives?
Coca-Cola, like the Coca-Cola.
Oh
just
my
really
gosh, the
throws it over
Coca-Cola is what
top,
truly makes it, but you
so-
need to
and-
have it with like the real sugar and not the fake sugar.
Right, exactly. 'Cause that's a
Gosh,
very
so good.
important thing to
The real
have.
sugar or the real Coca-Cola?
Both. You need to like lick a line of sugar and then drink a Coca-Cola.
Oh,
So
Hope
how are
it's
you
sugar.
doing, Evie?
Wow, she shot you down.
I'm used to this.
No, you guys were talking. I had to shove food in my mouth. So I haven't eaten much in the past 24 hours.
a
Why is
cinnamon
that?
bun?
I'm a big World of Warcraft player, and the X-Pack dropped yesterday. And I played from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. or 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. last night, and then got back up and continued at 9 a.m. until an hour before we started. And I took maybe 2 food breaks, so I had to eat. But don't worry, Shorewin will level.
I remember a legend long ago of a gamer who died playing WoW because he went forever without eating.
Wow.
Well, a lot of those stories come from Korea, where there's a fairly high addiction to gaming. But I wasn't gonna die. I needed to eat something. I was so hungry.
Am I getting this right? Didn't that guy like all he had was Doritos and Mountain Dew or something like that?
Sounds like there might be a few stories of this.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Phantom, I did not, because I didn't think I was going to push myself like that. I had not planned on doing the entire X-Pack in 24 hours. So it just turned out that way. The story's amazing. I love stories, hence the reason why I do D&D as well. And so the story that's been crafted for this expansion is phenomenal.
You're phenomenal.
Oh no, you are what are you doing?
I just saw your message, Josh.
Dog. Oh, you saw my.
Oh, dog.
Oh, and if anyone wants that, you can. Yeah, I'll trade it. But
The dog?
no,
I'll take the dog. I don't care what else you have.
the
I'll
thing
take
behind
the
the
dog.
dog.
trade
The
the
dog's
dog?
mine. The dog's mine.
No, I'll take the dog.
All right. We will be back in just a moment. The DM is going to go up and give a quick trip to the restroom. And we have the giveaway coming back after the break, which is the hoodie. So type !hoodie, HOODIE, and you will be in the giveaway. And then we have a second giveaway, which is the cool mouse pads. And I'll show that to you after the break. I'll let the players entertain you for another minute or so until the DM comes back. Sorry for the longer break. Blame the players for doing what I did not think they would do.
There's still
No, no,
25
blame
seconds. You
Harry.
got time.
Yeah, you
No.
got 25 seconds.
No, but I'll be a bit longer, and I already extended it, so I'm cheating. So
Come on.
Wow. Don't leave your mic on. Oh yeah, please turn your mic off as you use
No,
the
no,
restroom.
no, 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 no.
That would be frightening. Dance for us players. Oh, don't worry, we are dancing. What you don't see
You don't
is
know.
each of us has our own style of dancing. What we're going to have you do now is guess the style of dancing that each of us is doing.
Oh, John, I didn't know you could bend that way.
Oh gosh. Oh god.
Wow. Okay, that was a statement.
No,
You know,
I
Vivi,
mean,
we-
I'm on that video too.
You remember, Vivi, when you played that one shot, those couple one shots with me
Hmm?
that I hosted? You would make
But-
particular innocent statements that you thought were innocent anyways?
My phrasing is always terrible, by the way. I just-
Phrasing? Are we not
Phrasing.
doing phrasing anymore?
My phrasing is usually bad.
Also, when you so yesterday, I sent Vivi a message saying, I'm just gonna say it. I don't know if I can say it the other way, but how do you make your spring rolls,
Yeah.
right?
All right.
And she sent me, well, I don't really know the measurements. Here's what I put in it,
Mm.
All right.
but she didn't tell me how to make them.
Okay.
She simply said, here's the 5 ingredients. I make 300 at a time. I really don't know how to measure it out.
Okay, listen.
And go.
Yeah, seriously.
I was like,
If
so
you
do
want
you
to mass
brown it?
produce,
Do
if
you-
you want to mass produce spring rolls, little known fact, I have rolled by myself just under 10,000, correct? 10,000 spring rolls in 6 months for a fundraiser.
That's over 9,000.
In fact, it is.
Our rolling
In fact, it
skills
is.
are over 9,000.
Oh, I can roll 100 spring rolls in 20 minutes.
You still haven't explained
I'm not
how
sure
to do it.
whether
Yes,
to be
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rory's
dared or
still
What I
trying to
do-
find.
So what I do is I take the ground pork and you put it in a big container, and then the noodles and the Chinese mushroom, you usually have to boil water and just let it soak so that it can whatever get soft. 'Cause it's dry.
Rehydrate.
Yes, hydrate. Thank you. And then you pour that out. And you cut the noodles small, and you chop up the mushrooms, and then you grate carrots, and then you chop up onions and garlic, and you kind of throw that all in together, and you mix it. Add salt, pepper, sugar, and sesame oil, and then you mix all that together, and then you just scoop them onto wonton wrappers, and then you roll them up. She told it like a cigar.
I would totally buy this
So-
recipe book because your unit of small for the noodles confused me. What is
Okay, so listen, when I was
Yeah.
learning how to cook,
the size
my
matter?
mom drove me bananas because I was like, she's like, how much? I said, how much of that sauce are you putting in there? And she's like, like this much. And I'm like, well, what the heck does that mean, this much? And she's like you
That's
just
blood
know, like
wild.
you just know, and then you'll just taste it and you'll know. And I'm like,
Just
well, how
know.
do I know? Like, how do I know? What does that mean? I'll just know. Like, I don't know.
listen,
And it
you'll
was
just know.
so annoying when I was learning how to cook, and now I cook the exact same way. I don't measure anything.
So
I-
here's my question to you,
Okay,
because I'm cool with 300 spring rolls.
okay.
How much ground pork do you buy?
3
you'll
pounds.
know when you taste it.
Because I sell spring roll, that's different. I have to measure because I know. So it would be 3 pounds of ground pork, a tablespoon of sesame oil. I don't know. I'll have to message you later about it because I don't remember the exact.
Just like
And
take
it's
the
still
bite
won't
out
have the
of raw.
information
You need take the bite out of raw beef. Like, oh yeah. That's how much I need.
Oh, I gotta
That
tell
was a
you
little
guys.
bit too
CSU,
much.
gimbal standard units.
So for
Yes, you.
Thanksgiving,
6.
we're
6
doing the
CSUs.
D&D turkey legs in the
Why?
D&D cookbook. So we're doing the turkey legs.
What happens to the rest of the turkey? though?
So we don't have family or anything coming over, and I don't like turkey. I'm a ham guy. Unless it's
I heard hand. I'm a hand guy.
no, unless it's fried. I love fried turkey. So what we usually eat at a friend's house, and he fries the turkey every year, and we're not doing that this year. And so we don't have the fryer. He's got the fryer, so we're just doing the turkey legs. Hand.
Wait, do they sell
Yes, sir.
like just turkey legs?
No, he
Yep.
bought 6 turkeys, just took
Just
off
for
the
the leg.
legs.
No,
I was
they
like, that's messed up, man.
they sell on the 6-legged turkeys. They just sell the legs. Yeah.
Oh, new
Six-legged turkey.
new D&D creature.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes, Farley 17. Eyeball does come with practice. So the more that I cook, the more that I eyeball it. Funny story, I
Mhm.
was really drunk one time and I made a stir fry and it was amazing. So that's all muscle memory.
Was it amazing because it was amazing or because you were drunk?
No, because I ate
Yes.
to be fair, I did eat it the next day and it did taste really good. So, muscle memory. I
So
wasn't-
Mystical, can you tell us about the studying that
Yeah, what's a
you're going to be
studding?
doing?
I'm interested.
I mean,
about
I've heard that with horses, but not with bread.
this. I thought it was some sort of studying.
We have the
like,
most
with a
patient
snack or
viewers in the
something to
world.
study.
As your DM has been so derelict, and thank you for our players who have kept them entertained.
We lost one. I'm sorry, John. Fraley is done with the stream because I don't like turkey.
Oh no, Fraley. No, I don't like. I like turkey. So yeah, we can get rid of. Let's get rid of Terry instead of Fraley.
You've already tried multiple times.
Stuffing. Yeah, stuffing is very good.
Stuffing. That's different than studs.
Oh, yeah, I was really.
All right. So we're gonna come back on, and guess what? You are now visible.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I figured out even if she meant to say studying though, Terry.
Yeah.
I do that all the time because I'm just a stud like that.
Oh,
Nice. I like that. That was good.
I'm studying all the time.
You're studying out. Yeah.
All right. He is a derelict master. That's right, Ranger. So it is time for our hoodie giveaway. These guys are so cool. It's a full hoodie. We got them in all sizes, silver and black. Even if you're not a Raiders fan, you still like these hoodies. And we will do the giveaway. And this will not be a roll-off. This will be a straight giveaway going in 10 seconds. So type !hoodie. If you haven't yet, you still have time. !hoodie. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, the hoodies are nice. Rangers in. Anyone else? Yeah, gimbal standard unit. This is it's a full gimbal standard unit height. All right, Krenzelin's in, Mystical Unicorn. Okay, yeah, so several. Let me give it another minute here. Type !hoodie to be in this giveaway, and it's going to be a straight roll. So the first name that comes up, you win the hoodie, and then we'll do the mouse pad, which is the grand prize. These mouse pads are so slick. I love them. Thank you, Vecnon. Welcome to the Mad Chatters. Also, I missed it. Grognathos, welcome to the Mad Chatters as well. You are now part of the most elite chat in all of D&D Twitch streams. And, all right, coming back here to the giveaway. And, hey, cutie. Vecnon, you're in. All right, here we go. I'm rolling it. The winner is Kiegia! Oh, congratulations. Kiegia has been a sub since June of last year. Great member of our community, and you just I have your mailing info. So just send me your size that you would like. Send it to me on our Discord, please, and Evelyn will pop our Discord in. But don't leave. You still have great roleplay and a mouse pad being given away. We're gonna raid into Jay at the end of our stream tonight. All right, and the mouse pads look like, hang on, my lovely assistant here is giving it to me. Oh, no, I'm sorry, giving me the mouse pad, sorry.
Bloodwild is that.
That's a,
we will talk about the Josh studied service later.
boom. This mouse pad will be given away here very soon. This thing is gorgeous. It's all flat, it's printed, so there's no, it is matte finish and gorgeous. You need this Blue Box mouse pad. It makes every PC feel like an Alienware PC. All right. We resume.
Statement there, John.
All right, so let me show you what's happening here. You travel. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, question for you, John, in chat. Query, are you playing E1 or AD&D?
And I shared the edition information.
Yeah, it's all. So it's essentially we're playing AD&D 3.5 as our core, but we have 1E, 2E elements, and there's one 5E element which we use, which is what?
Advantage.
And if you're watching tonight and you like old school D&D, you like the cool maps, you love Anna B. Meyer and Jay Scott, and you like old school role play and the minis and the terrain, including terrain like this. Look at this, boom. The DM on the break, we went from the forested areas of Hamlet to the desert and the Kron Hills, just like that. If you like that stuff, no dinosaurs, stop that, Josh. If you like old school D&D and you're not following us yet, or if you're following and you haven't given us a sub, we have one question for you. What are you doing? Give us a follow. Give us a sub. We appreciate all of the support. All right. You are headed on the road. If you can see on your map here, let me pull this back up. You come south of Hamlet. You've been through Sheernab before. You pass through it in the evening. It's a very small town. And you would not, do you want to go to Gallows Corner? Or, because the way you were shown this before, you cut through into the mountains. So what do you want to do?
We could cut through. That's why I was trying to get more information. Like, you mean towards Tolvar?
Yes. I mean, into the Kron Hills here. So you don't have to go. Oh, no, you wouldn't. Not toward Kolvar. Okay. Between. So look here between Tolvar and Gallows Corner. You came this way across the hills. Previously.
So I don't. So because you, if I remember correctly, it was heading into evening, right?
Right.
When you and so I just don't know the distance, hours or days wise, but I prefer not to. If we can avoid traveling too much in the evening, I'd rather stop at a town that has an inn of some sort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gallows Corner would be the closest, but you are a good many miles from there, so you would not reach it before morn.
And Sheernab doesn't have a inn.
It's a tiny little village.
Okay.
But there's still houses.
There are.
Just have to take care of the right people. And we have a house.
What? So I mean, I'm gonna. So at this point, I'm gonna say to the group as a whole, would you prefer, friends, that we make our way to a town to settle in first, or would you prefer to go straight into the hills to begin searching? My suggestion may be, and we do not have to do this, but is to head to a town and see if we can get some information from some of the locals. Maybe some that reside within one of the towns in the area may have information, may have seen the orcs, may have heard about attacks that the orcs have done on any of the villages in the area.
Well, and if you do remember, you are the only one able to ride a horse through the hills, because otherwise we will hobble our horses. So
Indeed.
we probably should find a place to stable them if we are going to continue back the way we came. And if I am remembering correctly, it took us about 3 days in total to find the fort the first time, though that was with no knowledge of where we were going, so we may be able to make better pace this time, but just to keep that in mind.
Indeed. So then, John, yeah, we're going to head towards Gallows Corner, because I think that's the closest outpost to where we want to go. And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's fine. Okay. All right. So you make your... Go ahead, Brim.
Josh.
We're going to have to go back a bit, because there's one last thing I wanted to do before we left.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, technically two things. Sorry. Brim getting outside as we're all gathered around the cart. He's very hesitant, but and he's like he pulls out the bag that he's been holding this whole time that Millie gave to him, that Lilith has been inquiring about, that and he's shaking slightly.
I have something for each of you.
And he just kind of like opens up the bag and
You don't have to accept them. It's just something that I had commissioned a little bit ago.
and he reaches into the bag first and he pulls out 6 different medallions that are about like a nice sized coin or so.
I'm not sure if this is really the emblem we want, but I made a design for the Wayward Bull.
And he's gonna kind of hold them out and hand it to each person. And what you see is it's a circle, and on the outside of the circle is a band of chains that's all wound like a trim. But in 4 different places, the chains are broken by what looks like in the middle seems to be almost like a bow or looking down on the top of a crossbow.
Do we have anyone on the chat that can do the fan art and drop it in our Discord? I was going to ask Mark Views. I haven't seen him on tonight. I don't think Frederica Draws is on tonight either. So if we have any of our fans that can do the fan art, Josh, give that one more description, please.
Yeah, so it's a circle with a trim of chains on the outside, and it's broken in 4 places by what looks to be the top of a crossbow. The top of the crossbow, the front of it you have the outer points, which are like the recurve edges of the crossbow, breaking 2 of the points. And then inside along the curve, you have 2 more almost spikes coming off of it. And then you have the front point, which is the bolt of the arrow that comes down and it's already being drawn. And so at the outer points of the recurve, at the point of the bolt, and the bottom where the fletching of the arrow is, those are the 4 points where the chains are broken. And he kind of hands it to each person. He's like,
The outside curves, and the curves on the inside of the bow and the point of the bolt are meant to be like the claws of a panther, where all 5 of us will be the claws at a time, defending the one drawing the arrow. No matter what path we choose, no matter who is helming our journey, we're together in it, pointed in the same direction, unified. And at the points where the chains are broken, nothing will tear us apart. Nothing will hold us down. And we will take down those of the silver chains.
and he's like, he pulls out now individual smaller items.
Gimbal.
And he pulls out these 2 small little cufflinks, and he hands them to Gimbal. And on one side, it's got the half mask of a smile, and then on the other one, it's got the half mask of a frown.
No matter your emotions, whether happy or sad, illusion or real, they're a part of you. And unless you are with us, then we're not the same. We need the full mask at all times.
And for the next thing he pulls out is a hairpin. And the hairpin has curled wings of what looks like a dove or some sort at the top where the wings are spreading outward. And then coming down for the actual hairpin of it are the spiral tails of 2 doves. And he hands that to Ashrin.
It's for when your hair grows back.
Brim, I don't know what to say. Thank you, God. Thank you so much.
She, her hands tremble as she takes it from you.
Fine.
And he turns to Millie, and he gives you 2 bracelets. Thin, easy, not too much weight on the arms once you wear them.
These bracelets have a symbols of a dagger on one and rapier on the other. On each arm that you carry them, because you are the blades of this party. You're so easy to defend us and attack for us that you're practically our arms at this point.
And and he'll pull out the next, which is almost like a metal flower that's been made from it. Thin, bent pieces. It seems to be some sort of charm that can be hung from something or worn. And he hands that to Lilith.
You like charms. You're very pretty, like a flower. But you're also there to help others with their senses. Like sensors.
And he turns to Shorewin. And he pulls out what looks to be a metal eye patch. And
You don't have to wear it. It could be something you keep on you.
but on the eyepiece is a shield. And it's got an outer trim to it, almost like line, like when you weld metal, a ridge around it, and then the shield in the center.
Because you're always our protector as well. Always first to hold up your shield and first one to get your stupid butt into trouble, defending someone else and not your own life. Thank you for all you've done. Now I'm sorry to ask one last thing of you all.
And he halts, like it's almost like he can't say the next words.
I don't have enough money. Brother Smith made me some armor. And I can't afford it. It breaks my heart to even try and ask you, and I had thought about going to Federum for the money he was given from the paling, but I couldn't bring myself to any of these things. There's half plate waiting for me at Brother Smith's. And I know if we leave now, we're not coming back soon. But I gave him my promise that I would pick it up. But I had no idea how I would do that. So I'm sorry to prostrate myself before you, begging for money of all things.
Brim GoFundMe. Antiquitous. Aw, that's awesome.
Lilith, without hesitation, will step forward and just dig in her pockets, and whatever gold she has in her pockets, she'll just give it to him, all of it. She doesn't really care. And then she'll kind of look up at Brim, and put her hand on the side of his cheek, and then just kind of smile at him, and then step back, and then like look at her little and then now she's just investigating her little flower that she got.
How much do you end up giving him?
Have written down. I have 25 gold pieces in my pocket right now.
Yeah, you're not the most sort of
No,
collector of gold. Yeah.
I'm not giving. No, listen. This isn't hundreds of gold. This is just whatever Lilith has.
The widow's mite. That's what that is. The widow's mite.
Aw, yeah.
I myself now have 525 gold. The armor is 900 gold.
Shorewin walks up, reaches inside his armor, pulls out a pouch, hands it to him, nods, walks back over to Winston.
How much is that?
260.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. Brim. Give me just a moment, and he'll start to dig in his satchel, but he recoils for a second with just a couple items, puts them back. The emblem that you gave him.
Right.
He starts to wave his hand and utter some words in Gnomish, and you see a glimmer across the back of the emblem that you gave him, and an image, and then the image goes away. And he puts it on. Brim, your mark has now been placed upon me. And he lifts up his pouch and he hands you his gold. John, he cast Arcane Mark on the back of the. It's a cantrip he casts on the back of the emblem. And he gave you 77 gold, which is all of his gold. Or 76 gold and 9 silver is what he gave you.
Call it 77, yeah.
No, this, I am very glad to see everyone so willing to help Brim, but you do remember, and then Millie reaches back and pats the chest that she has. This has quite a bit of gold in it. And Gimbal, I do know that you use gold to be able to cast your spells. You need gold to be able to help us in your best capacity. And as Millie pats the chest that she has, the ones that has the chain opening mechanism, she kind of does a little mental calculation. Inside this chest right now, we have 642 pieces of gold and some other coin. So, dear Brem, if it would be good for the rest of the party and agreeable, perhaps then we can give you what you need from these funds, and we must take care of one of our own and make sure that everybody in this party is well protected, for if we do not function as a whole, we do not function at all. So, if everyone finds that agreeable, in accordance to what we have here, I would like to give Brem what he needs from this, and that way everyone can have what they need and Brem can be safe, because we need Brem to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, we could just give him what he needs left out of the chest, and our gold is safe in the chest for now. So, Brim, how much more do you need after what we gave you?
Brim will be trying to hand the back, but 40 gold from everything that everyone gave him. He would just need 40 gold more, but he'd rather take it from the...
Our gold is safe in the chest.
So then, instead of Millie opening the chest, since it's locked, if 40 gold is all you need, dear, and she will draw it out of her bag and give him the full remaining 40 pieces of gold.
We also have the 4 large emeralds in the chest we got from the keep. I wasn't sure how much I'd have, and so I haven't gotten to Brother Smith yet.
Well, since we have not had time to go to the jewelers to have those appraised, I'll just keep them safe. Perhaps they would be of more value when we get to Greyhawk than it would be in this small town. So take my coin, and the rest will remain in the bag and in this chest until we are in need again.
Seeing the heaviness on Brim, Gimbal will just grin at him and punch him. Try to punch him, because it's not gonna do squat. So
Yeah, you catch his shin. Yeah, you got his calf. You punch his calf.
Yeah. Give him a good solid tap punch on the calf, and Brim, you're a mighty oak. This is just your armor, or your bark. So, like I said before, your family. So no worries. We help each other, like Millie said.
Brim's head is looking straight at the ground, but you can easily see within torchlight glimmering or the moonlight that there's tears falling to the ground.
Thank you.
So, let's go get your armor now. Let's get out of here.
And Brim, if ever you need anything, never fear to ask.
Brim, you, with all this coin, head back into Hamlet. The rest of the party on the outskirts. Winston in his full armor. The wagon, Millie sits atop, holding the reins of her horse. And you head back to Brother Smith's. As you reach there, you open the door, and as you step in, you hear the familiar crackle of the fire and the forge, and there is a burning scent inside. It is still, it's not too late. You know, it's middle evening now, but as you walk in, and I'll pull up here on the camera, you see Burn or pardon me, Brim. You see. Sorry, no, you don't see Brim.
That changes everything.
You see, Brother Smith. He looks up. He holds a hammer down. He lays it on the counter. Aye, lad. What brings you back here? Have you the coin for the armor? And he's still looking at you very suspiciously. Like, he saw what you did to Three Trees. He's already reprimanded you once. He saw the violence in you, which he's warned others about. And you see this wariness in his eyes.
He steps up, no longer with the tentativeness that he had last time he was here. He steps, looks down at the dwarf, and says,
My promise is what brought me back.
and he puts all of the 900 gold on the top of the table counter.
Brother Smith, he looks at the coin. You see the sort of typical dwarven interest in the gold. He rubs the sack, but then he steps back. He looks at you. Hi, lad, I need to know. You will be using this for good or for evil. Do not lie to me, for I have a sense of right and wrong. I saw what you did to Three Trees. I saw the rage in you. I will not... A man cannot, as I said, know what his sword will be used for when he sells it. But I have seen enough of you. I need your promise that you will use this for good and not for evil.
Question, John. Just because I don't want to make an anachronism, are the 7 deadly sins something within?
Sure.
this
Yeah.
rule?
Right. Yeah. That's
Okay.
common. Yeah.
He'll lean on the edge of the counter, of course, having to lower himself down a bit.
Brother Master Smith, we all fight with our 7 deadly sins. We all have reasons, problems, mites that we face. We all face them one way or another, and we're all fighting our demons day in and day out, maybe literally, maybe figuratively. I'm sorry you had to watch me lose that battle and take one other with me. But I will try. I will, alongside my friends, choose good.
As Brim will finally stand up, having said the words for himself, and reach out his arm, as if in a warrior's clasp to Brother Smith.
I will choose good.
As you grab his arm, and again, if you'll look at your, I know it's different for the players because they don't see this, but look at your Twitch cam. You grab a thick-hued arm. He drops his hammer. Aye, lad. I see there is honor in your eyes, and for that, I will gladly give you what I have forged. He walks behind the wall. As he does so, you hear the clanking, metallic scraping, armor upon armor, chain upon mail. He comes back out, and he's holding a gleaming suit of half plate. You see chain linked with plates of armor, pauldrons, a breastplate, greaves, all of it so perfectly hewn. He slumps it on the counter. You hear it loudly. He looks at you. I will hold you to your word, lad. Or you'll have Brother Smith to deal with.
I look forward to seeing you again, Brother Smith. As friends.
I hope it shall be so. And he pushes the armor towards you.
Picks up the armor, nods his head. And as he leaves and he has his sword on his back, he taps it, looks back over his shoulder and says,
When I see you next, I'll be here to sell this blade back to you. The one that had it forged. He made the wrong choice.
and he walks out the door and closes it behind him.
All right, you see Brother Smith, he nods. The armor is heavy in your hands, but you can feel the craftsmanship. You now have masterwork half plate. So mark it as half plate, but you get a +1 to armor class. It is masterwork half plate that you have received from Brother Smith. The rest of the party, in moments, you're heading out of town. You see Brim comes walking behind.
Just like that? Is that how he talks?
Maybe something like that. Yeah, I don't know. He is holding a huge suit of armor.
I'm so sorry for the wait.
And he's got the armor, and he just kind of like slowly, carefully, like a baby, puts it down into the cart.
I'll put that on later. I am ready to go.
Would
Are you
it
sure
be
you don't
wiser to put it on now?
No.
I mean, we know that the roads seem to be a little.
And as he's getting dressed in his armor, Lilith will look at him and say, "Burn."
I love that.
That is a great burn.
I was really hoping that you would put the armor on.
You drop it back in the cart?
No, that was a mic drop.
Oh, okay, all right.
She'll kind of like look kind of like slyly at Millie, being like, "See?" Oh, maybe perhaps I should change it from Burn to Lilith.
You leave, and I'm going to fast forward this for the sake of time. You go down the road. You've been this way before. The same road you traveled when you first sought the Orcish fort. You carve out the ground betwixt, and here I'll pull it up on the map again so you can see this. The incredible Anna B. Meyer map. The ground betwixt Hamlet, you cut through right past Sheerknob. It's sort of middle evening as you cut through that, and you get your way into the hills here. And did you say again you're going to Gallows Corner first?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for the follow, Brando30 Rock. I like that. Welcome to the Mad Chatters, the coolest chat on D&D Twitch. You get, if you can see here, it's now, the moon is high. The wind is cold. Ready reet, chill, blowing. You're still an hour away from Gallows Corner. Do you continue on through the night, or do you rest? Whoa! Coming 2,000 bits! Holy smokes! Thank you so much, sir!
If everyone wants to sleep,
If everyone wants to sleep, I'll keep walking, guarding the horses.
You're muted, Roy.
I don't think we're gonna get very good sleep in the cart. I'm able to see in the dark with my staff here, so if you think we're getting close, Sherwin, I mean, we may as well keep going. Rather sleep during the day in a house in an inn than sleep during the night in the wild. And can we were we able to, or Brim, I don't know if you were able to put your other armor, your studded leather, away, or if we're able to stick it in the chest, or what you wanted to do with it. Like,
he stuck it in the chest.
okay. So I'm up for just pressing forward. Sleep during the day.
Do we have a sense of how far away, how much longer we'd be on the road to get there, John?
Yeah, so it is, you would guess, close to midnight, and you're still probably 3 hours away from Gallows Corner. So you could press through the night, or you could find rest here in the rocks. Your choice.
I would be willing to continue on. We are close. And I think rest at an inn would be much better than out here in the wilds.
That sure would be a win.
Nice. Oh, I may have forgotten about one last thing.
As he hands up a small satchel to Gimbal, who I assume is on his shoulder.
Right.
Yeah. Of course.
Inside, you find
I mean, if we're going through the night shorewind with your approval, then we're gonna need as much protection as we can get.
And inside the satchel, you find a little hat, a lot like Millie's, with the side piece kind of pinned up, and a small little pillow feather inside of it.
I noticed he liked hiding the coin in his head. Squeaks.
And you also find a small little strand of leather with a small little hole on the side of it, along with a rapier in its sheath.
Those are for Squeaks to keep us and himself safe. All of these metal items are made from the barrel gimbal that you exploded. The metal bands. That's all. Let's keep walking. Let's not talk about this.
Gimbal will take the small items. There is now currently a side pouch that was created on the outside of his satchel that Hannah had added on recently. So Squeaks is right in there, comfortably nuzzled in there, and he'll just slip them in there for him to do with, as he pleases.
As you do this, Squeaks, he tugs at you. He slips in the pouch, and we're waiting for Mark Views is going to have Squeaks artwork ready for us by next week. I'm quite confident. And Gimbal, Rory has given me the description of what he wants. But Squeaks, he kind of pulls at you, and he darts around, and as he does, he slides in the pouch, and you see his head darts up. He taps his ear, and he points off in the distance.
Gimbal will quickly, seeing this, kind of being a little bit more in tune with Squeaks than in the very beginning, tap Brim's neck. Just go, Brim, and he's going to, without explaining, turn back to Squeaks and cast Speak with Animals. So we once spoke different, now we speak the same. Let me know what it is that you hear.
Even as you do this, you hear, you don't need him to tell you. You hear a roaring, and there's a thunk, thunk, thunk of footsteps coming towards you. As you're walking through the hills, you see the head of what looks like a giant bobbing up and down, walking straight towards you, hearing your voices, the sound of the wagon wheels turning. Thank you for joining the Mad Chatters, Jebin22. You see this head bobbing towards you, closer and closer.
Shorewind, what are we doing?
All right, just seeing the head bobbing towards us. Is there any way for us to take cover in the area?
So, as you can see here, you're already on this sort of desolate road. There is little cover here on the edge of the Cron Hills. There's some scrub, some rocky outcroppings. You could try to duck behind these, but you would take Brim, and all of you are taller than these outcroppings, so it's not easy. Let me pull this back so you can see.
And go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if Gimbal is able to see it with his staff, if he's able to see it clear enough to recognize what kind of giant it is.
Gimbal, roll d20, please.
Same with Brim.
Okay, both of you add your perception.
Roll this at advantage.
Advantage.
skills, perception.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big no.
Dirty 20.
Gimbal, you look out. You see, oh, it looks like it's hard to tell from this distance. Perhaps 14 feet tall, clad in filthy garments, wielding a club bound together, monstrous shoulders. It is a massive hill giant here among the Kron Hills. You can see this here if you're looking on the cam. He's still a couple hundred yards off, but he clearly has smelled and heard you. He begins to pick up his pace, running. Thunk, 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 thunk.
Gimbal's gonna just shout out quickly. We don't have time. It sees us. It smells us. We gotta move. Disperse. And unleash Winston now.
Brim, could you talk to it, perhaps?
Yeah, Brim pulls his greatsword and yells, "Straw!" in giant.
Okay, so Brim, as you stare down this giant which is approaching, you can see it here on the cam. I need you to roll diplomacy, please, sir. And I'm going to give you roll this with advantage. You don't need to use advantage because you're a half ogre, so you already speak hill or you speak giant. So what'd you roll?
Natural 19, but my diplomacy isn't good.
What's the total?
What? You're not diplomatic?
Quiet you. 18.
Total of 18.
18.
The giant, you can smell its breath as it gets close to you, Brim. You call out, "Stop." It pulls a giant mole above its head. You smell its fetid breath in your face. You hear it with your, because you know its tongue. It is something akin to, "I will devour your bowels and your genitals afterwards." As it speaks this in this giant voice, what do you do?
Question. Was he moving towards Brim at the same point that he was raising his...
Yes.
All right. Then can I toss in that I'd like to use my charge?
So are you leaping atop Shorewin? Or Winston, rather?
No, I've been on Winston.
Oh, you've been on Winston. Okay, so hang on.
Yeah.
Let me switch this here and grab the correct... Where is that?
Or not charge, I'm sorry. Intercept.
Intercept. All right. You're atop Winston as you do this?
Yes.
All right. I don't know where my mounted Shorewin Winston is, so we'll just go without it. You move to intercept. Thrum, 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 thrum. Winston charges forward. I need initiative.
Dang it.
What is it, Rory?
Who's doing it?
Rory was last.
It was last.
So Millie.
It's to me.
The DM has
Come on, Millie.
I need
got
you to
it.
win this.
a big fat 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have it. I'm going to give it first to Brim. Brim, you see he lifts his club over your head. What do you do?
Is going to try and yell out first.
Looks like it's not diplomatic.
And he's going to try and slide and slice his Achilles heel from the side.
Oh.
And what did his armor class go up to?
With full plate or half plate?
Yeah, so you had your half plate plus, I think, 7? Is that right?
I'm double checking right now.
Yeah, double check. I think it's plus 7 for half plate. And then you get plus 1 for masterwork, so it would be plus 8.
It's a plus 8. His half plate is plus 8.
So it's plus 9 then total with the masterwork.
My heavens.
Brim looks totally different now. Clad in gleaming armor, shining in the moonlight. Brim, you pull your blade up. The giant roars. You see its eyes, though. perhaps it was listening to you. Your blade already swinging. Too late. And we stop there for tonight.
Oh, you are such a ugly boo.
Ugly boo.
I don't know what that is. So, hey, thank you so much, all the Mad Chatters. It is time for our giveaway. This gorgeous Blue Box mouse pad. Also, Stream MVP needs to be given to one of these players. The role play tonight was fan-frickin-tastic. Well done, all. So, type !mouse pad. In the chat for the giveaway, and I see many of you are already in, and we're going to raid into Jay, so you don't need to bounce here. You can stay with us, and we'll raid Jay, but !mouse pad, and each of the players will roll for you, and we're going to start with Gimbal. Why should you be Stream MVP?
Well, Gimbal should be Stream MVP because he showed a sense of humility and acceptance, just kind of confirming everything that he's done with Brim previously, but really cultivating that in a way of that shows instead of just saying, "Oh, how dare burn," but really showing a sense of wizard humility, as well as sacrificing his gold, which unless he took some out of the chest, he has none on him right now. And also the remark about the mark on the back of the emblem. So he cast Arcane Mark, which is a cantrip, but he put that on the back of the gift from Brim, saying, "You have now placed your mark on me," when he gave him the gold. So just kind of the RP and relational building with Brim, and fun-jevity that he tries to bring in.
Longevity. I love that. Well done, Rory. Great night tonight. You were fantastic with your role play. And we have several that are saying the squeaks pad, not the mouse pad. It's a squeaks pad. And you, Rory, will be rolling for, and here we go, Machik. You are rolled for by Rory. Let's go to you, Machik. Why should you be Stream MVP?
Sholin should be Stream MVP tonight for a multitude of reasons. To begin with, a wonderful RP sensation with a hurriedness, trying to get the group move along, and was able to, though not fully understanding the foot washing, get those two to finish their foot washing.
Okay.
And get us.
So let me jump in here real quick, Terry, because this is important. So if the party had tarried much longer, they were going to be attacked inside the inn. It could have killed many of the townspeople of Hamlet. There is an actual pursuit happening with the party, and your sort of pushing them to get out saved many lives tonight.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better than John just did. So, additionally, I enjoyed the beginnings of a connection with Lilith. And I ate my first sweet roll in game since I joined the party.
Never Terry. Exactly. All right, you will be rolling for Set Monkey 13, a sub since last August. Set is awesome. Set, you're still here, right? Yep, he's here. Woot. All right, Lilith, why should you be Stream MVP?
Lilith should be Stream MVP for dealing with a hangry Sherwin, hence why she gave him sweet rolls and asked if he has eaten today. Because most anger is usually driven by hunger. Also trying to peel back the onion layers that is Sherwin and get to his emotional core.
Well done. That was awesome.
Trying to avoid him from avoiding his feelings and emotions. Saying burn when Brim came back and adorned his newly found armor. And just being a typical Lilith, curious, learning about kind of like city folk compared to her life in the wild, in the forest, in the Vespi forest, stuff like that, playing true to her character.
Well done.
Because spring rolls.
Antiquitous, because spring rolls. Yes, well done. All right, so Vivi, you will have Myamorph, a sub since June. Myamorph, are you still with us tonight? You must be present to win. He's usually on, one of our best followers. Thank you so much. Let's go to Brim. Brim, why should you? Yep, Myamorph. Why should you be Stream MVP, Brim?
I think Brim should be stream MVP for thankfully to Millie, finally being able to give out those trinkets that he's been waiting for many, many sessions. So excited to have them all perfect.
That was so well done. Yes, and those were the things. If you're not in our Discord, you should be. Millie can drop those again. The Discord chat includes many of these sort of nuances of the game that make Blue Box Greyhawk Awakening sort of go between Tuesday to Tuesday or Sunday to Sunday. Really let you stay active and engaged. And there was great roleplay. Like, this was probably the best week ever of roleplay in the Discord. It was fantastic.
Yeah, or is it all Tuesday morning?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
And giving those out, actually being able to be open with the group about kind of needing that money, and them being so open and helping to him, and being able to finally get his armor, as well as finally actually choosing to be good. Like, he's been choosing it this whole time, but actually being able to verbalize it finally.
Yeah, that was an important moment for him, really was. And your backstory, which is coming out more and more, that was well played, sir. All right, so you will be rolling for Lord Forth. Lord Forth is always on. I'm sure he's here with us tonight. One of our most consistent viewers. And Lord Forth just confirmed in our chat that you're here. Yep, and he's here. All right. Last but not least, Millie, why should you be stream MVP?
All right, well, let's see. First of all, just a little bit of RP that happened between Millie and Lilith at the beginning of the session tonight, especially when Shorewin was yelling at them about hurrying up and Millie was trying to, like, talk. And she just started drinking while she was being yelled at and passed the flask to Lilith. Because, you know, that's fun. And then, procuring the cart from Osler so that they could bring all of their extra gear and stuff with them, because that was a big thing. Since we have been kind of accumulating some things over time. Let's see, what else? I would say the RP, when Brim was asking for the gold, and just talking about how, that
So well done.
Everybody is an important part, and without all parts functioning, that it would be detriment to the group. So that all he ever had to do was ask. And also, when Osler mentioned the missing people and her wanting to know how much money might be made out of it, because it goes back to Millie being Millie. And finding out about potentially getting on a boat, which, she's been dying to do for a while now. So, maybe we'll get there eventually. But yeah, so that's it.
Well done. Okay, kick off the MVP vote, and you will be, thank you, Agent J1981, for the follow. We appreciate all of our followers, and you will be rolling for Roger. Roger are you still on tonight, Roger? He has been consistent, and I'm sure he is. So let's go quickly around. We'll come back to him. Let's go to Gimbal. Rory, tell us who you're rolling for.
I am rolling for Matcha for Shorewin, Terry.
He's a sub, so 2 20s. 14. Not bad, Machik, not bad. All right, we have Stream MVP poll is up, so vote for your... They get 1,000 experience points now, so It's important to these players who you choose. So let them know if you appreciate their role play. Not too much combat prowess tonight, really, just more role play. But that is what we're all about here at Blue Box. Great combat, great role play. Terry, who are you rolling for?
Rolling for the Set Monkey.
Let's go Set Monkey. And we'll raid Jay as soon as we're done, so just stay with us, please.
I just want to say, Cozy Gamer Dice was not nice tonight. That's a 5.
All right. So you're still in the lead there, Rory. Let's go to Vivi.
I'm rolling for Captain Mymorph.
Let's go Myamorph.
Myamorph. Oh.
14? What did Rory
That
do?
ties.
14.
All right, so we have a tie.
We have a tie.
All right. Let's go to Brim. Myamorph is in the hunt.
Oh, okay. Lord Fourth, here we go.
A sub. 2d20 for Myamor,
First
for
one's
Lord
a
Fourth.
10. Second one's a 19.
19! Oh! Myamorph now
Unlike Yuri.
in the lead. Or Lord Fourth, Lord Fourth. Lord Fourth, right?
There's a poll at the top of the screen. It's in a little rectangular box. Just click the little down arrow.
I
Yeah,
don't see it for the.
I see it.
Okay.
Shorewin is stomping right now. Holy smokes. All right, Millie.
I'm rolling for Roger. 16.
So it goes to Brim with Lord Fourth. Is that right, Brim? Lord Fourth, congratulations, Lord Fourth. You have one of these really cool mouse pads coming. There's still time to vote, though. Don't let it go. Shorewin is in a big lead, but you have Brim, Gimbal, Millie, all these players counting on you. Before we raid Jay, give them a vote. And Lord Fourth, I'll get this mouse pad out to you this week. Congratulations. And you're going to finally level. Shorewin's going to finally level. And it's closed. Oh, it's close. It's closing. It's closing.
Closing and
Shorewin!
5 Cavaliers.
Congratulations, sir. Well done. All right.
That means
So,
you get your banner now.
I do.
exactly.
I get to rest.
All right.
yeah,
So
but
we're
if
rating
I make
Jay.
it to
Before we
rest.
raid Jay, any comments or questions from the players? Or from the viewers?
I'll finally have armor.
You have armor for the first time.
Happy.
You have been you've been a target all this time. Easily hit.
I'm so happy.
You know, every time
Thank you, old
put
school
that armor
RFP.
on, she's gonna say
FRP.
burn.
Yes, Quammen. Yes.
I'm so like.
What's your
literally-
AC
Sick
now?
burn.
I almost cried. It's like I need to do the math after because my brain is absolute mush. But I almost cried with us almost skipping over getting the armor. I was like,
Aww, you're like, wait, no.
Oh no! Hey, but before I raid Jay, we're at 797 followers. We're 3 away from 800. We have 172 subs. My mind is blown. If there's anyone here that has not followed yet, please follow us. Help us get to 800. We are just 3 away. That would be awesome. And we are raiding Lord Gusumba, Jay Scott, our friend, our patron, a great guy. Love Jay, enjoy it. Thank you, Dirty Davy. Thank you, Mousetrap. Thank you, Roger, Longshot, Ranger, Common, Old School RP, Steve, Bloodwild, Mousetrapped. All of you are amazing. Rating Jay now.